Atlantic League champion York Revolution is on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
And a swing and a drive, deep right field, it is gone! Grand slam home run!
Revs Baseball on WOYK is brought to you by People's Bank, Wellspan Sports Medicine, Shipley Energy, Maple Donuts, Broadway Transmission, Flying Feet, Dasher Investment Services, York Mitsubishi, Kochman Kunkel Insurance Group, Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, Rudders, Pennsylvania Lottery, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, PSECU, Kona Ice, Smith, Mayer and Little, York County Bar Association, and by Downtown Inc.
Onto the track, it is gone! It's gone! And the Revs take the lead! Dead Scott and throws, it's over! And the York Revolution are 2017 Atlantic League champions!
Now with the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution, Darrell Henry.
Good afternoon, everyone, from Regency Furniture Stadium here in Waldorf, Maryland. Welcome to game number 5 of York Revolution preseason baseball. Today, the Revs on the road to take on the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Our third broadcast, our second on radio here this weekend. Darrell Henry alongside Michael Mark Antonini. Welcome to Revs preseason baseball here today. A pleasant afternoon here in Waldorf. And Michael, the Revs yesterday, the Fan Fest exhibition game knocked off Team Elite, the York Elite, 13-6. Today they get back to Atlantic League competition, and we'll see Ross Detweiler on the mound first today. Really impressive on that 40-degree afternoon in Lancaster on Thursday.
Yeah, Ross was good. Really looked good in his 2 innings of work, and that's good to see for a guy coming in, having pitched so long in the major league circuit and then the last couple years in the minor leagues, coming in first season in independent ball, getting his work in the few days that he had the opportunity to, and then going out and throwing 2 solid innings on the road in cold conditions. And again, both teams have to deal with those conditions, so no excuses really, but a good job considering that he wasn't pitching on a nice 65-degree sunny day. And you know, I was impressed, and I think we're gonna see another solid start out of him today, and looking forward to seeing what he can do here in York.
Now the Blue Crabs taking the field for this afternoon's game. Glad you could join us on radio or on YouTube, where we are video streaming here today as well. Darrell Thompson, who will enter the season in the top 10 in league history in innings and strikeouts, and certainly the Revs have faced him many a time over the years. They will see him in this preseason matchup today. Starting lineups brought to you by Flying Feet. For the Revs, it's an 11-man lineup once again. Jared Mitchell will be one of the extra hitters, not starting the game defensively, but he will lead off for a 3rd consecutive day. Alexi Casilla will do the same, bat, but not play the field at least to start. He'll be an extra hitter batting 2nd. Jose Cuevas, the start at short today. He will hit 3rd. Michael Burgess in the cleanup spot plays first base. Zach Wilson returning to Regency Furniture Stadium. He'll be an extra hitter and bat 5th. Malky Mesa in right field is batting 6th. Then it's Jose Tabata in left field hitting 7th. Ruby Silva at second base bats 8th. Chris Rivera at third base will hit 9th. Tyler Clark catches and bats 10th. And Delta Cleary Jr. in center field will round it out hitting 11th. Again, it's Mitchell, Casilla, Cuevas, Burgess, Wilson, Mesa, Tabata, Silva, Rivera, Clark, and Cleary for the Revs, and we'll likely see Ryan Dent, Jay Karp, Travis Witherspoon at some point this afternoon. The Revs also adding a pitcher, Junior Rincon, added to the bullpen today. We will see him as one of the relievers after Detweiler. Rincon had previously spent time in the Marlins, Brewers, and Braves systems, reaching Double-A. So a roster move of note here today as well. And we're set to go as Mitchell digs in. Darrell Thompson ready. And the righty's first pitch, a swing and a miss, underway at 1:15. Originally, this was billed a 2 p.m. start time, but the Revs were here early. The Blue Crabs and Revs got their work in. and ready to go. Here's a swing and a miss. Good fastball from Thompson, who jumps ahead. Mitchell leading off for the third straight game. And that's been a developing theme here in camp. And he's been hot. Some of the other leadoff candidates, slower starts. Pitch is swung on and missed. Thompson gets him this time. And it looked like 3 fastballs in a row to begin the day.
Well, a tough start there for Jared Mitchell. Aggressive out of the box, or out of the gates, I should say. Swinging at each of the first 3 pitches he sees. I mean, you get a fastball up in the zone, you want to hack, and good job by Thompson to blow it by him.
Well, and I wonder, during the day, it's really tough to hit here with glare off the batter's eye and everything, and wonder if Thompson will just keep pumping fastballs until somebody hits it. Here's Alexi Casilla, and he misses outside on Alexi. He was 6 for 13 this spring. On the wind and the 1-0. And a swing and a bouncer right side to first. 2 hops to Frank Martinez. He'll take it to the bag himself. And 2 up, 2 down. It is 65 degrees at game time, partly cloudy. The sun is forcing its way through. Both teams had batting practice on the field today. And no traffic, so much different than a weekday visit down here for us. We were here in about 2 hours. Here's Jose Cuevas. Thompson the pitch to him, and it's a called strike. Our plate ump today is Doug McFarland, who we'll see throughout the regular season. Brad Hewitt, the umpire at first, or on the bases. Pitch is popped up. And at first, it's Martinez again, moving toward the bag, now in front of it, into foul territory, and right in front of an approaching Cuevas down the baseline. He makes the grab. A 1-2-3 first inning for Daryl Thompson. We've played a half. It's the Revs nothing, and the Blue Crabs coming up.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local and national sports. The Big Sports Talker also has you covered with news throughout the day. Catch statewide updates on news and sports from Radio PA. Stock reports with Your Money Now, mornings and afternoons. And national news updates every hour from Westwood One. Stay up to date while getting your sports fix all day. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show, brought to you locally by your neighborhood Sure Save Markets.
Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Ross Detweiler set to go, scoreless at the end of a half. His first pitch of the day is in for a strike. Johnny Bladell, the leadoff hitter for Southern Maryland, will set their lineup here in a moment. Detweiler's second spring start. And the pitch, it is beaten foul behind the plate. He looked good on Thursday in Lancaster. Tough conditions, but pitched well, and certainly here this season looking to get back to the big leagues. So no shock that he is looking good right out of the gates. Winds back, kicks and delivers, and missed inside. Bladell, who was in the Can-Am Association with New Jersey last year, set a league record for runs scored. And he's in their leadoff spot. 1-2, and a swing and a foul tip off the mid of Tyler Clark, who works with Detweiler behind the dish. Both teams in their warm-up shirts, both are navy blue, and they're both wearing gray pants. Neat. Detweiler steps back, kicks the leg, fires home, and misses upstairs, 2-2.
Well, that definitely would not work in basketball, football, really any other sport. Baseball, the only one you can get away with basically wearing the same exact uniform. It is spring training, so it'll fly.
Detweiler stares in, has it, delivers, and a line drive right to third, right at Chris Rivera. He catches, and there's one away. Southern Maryland's lineup, it's Bladell in right. Edwin Garcia at short is next. Then it's Ryan Strasburger in left field hitting third. Xavier Paul, the DH, will hit cleanup. Frank Martinez at first base bats fifth. Corey Vaughn in center hits sixth. And then Andrew Daniel at third, Joey Wong at second, Jose Gonzalez catching. As Detweiler misses outside on Garcia, returning to Southern Maryland where he was their team MVP last year. Played in 134 games. Here's the 1-0. And it's grounded toward the middle. It's short. Cuevas will give it a look, but it's on by into center. And Garcia grounds a base hit up the middle to the left of second. And a one-out base runner here in the first. How's your booth over there?
It's pretty good over here, and different conditions for a broadcast, us both in separate booths next to each other, but definitely spacious, and I can roll with it.
We've had to be separated already. Each sent to our own room.
Haven't even started the regular season yet. Still have 126 real ones to get through.
Here's Strasburger. First pitch fastball is over for a strike. So not Detweiler's former big league teammate Strasburg, but Strasburger, who's played in 31 games in the majors with the Rangers a few years back. The 0-1, and a miss down low to the right-hand hitter.
Well, Detweiler worked two really clean, quick innings in Lancaster the other day. Didn't have to deal with too much. Only gave up one hit in that game. Given up one hit so far. See how he works out of the stretch here.
Lead at first for Garcia. It's coming home, and it's grounded foul, third base side. They have some pre-season construction going on in the roofs above us. It's quite frightening. You hear all this hammering right above us today. And they will open at home, the Blue Crabs will, against Long Island on Friday night. The Revs and the Barnstormers get the opening night treatment a day earlier. The Revs, the championship winners, of course, last year. Kind of major league style, they open first. Here's a foul back off the screen.
Yeah, you mentioned that construction going on. Here, while we're on the call right now, it's guess something you just got to roll with in spring training, getting everything ready for the start of their regular season. The Blue Crabs.
Detweiler checks, delivers, and a ground ball to second might be two. Casillas spears it, feeds Cuevas, turn to first just in time. Or Silva, excuse me, starting at second today. Casillas being one of the designated hitters. Silva started that on the chopper to second, speared it, and flipped to Cuevas, who did the rest. No runs, one hit, nobody left. We go to the second, no score.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet Schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
The Revolution plays here. Play ball! The new Sports Radio 1350.
One more inning for me before I take my lunch break, and Michael takes over. No score as we head to the second inning, preseason game here at Southern Maryland. We'll be back with you Tuesday on YouTube only. That'll be at Somerset. And Michael Burgess will lead things off here in inning number 2. And the last time that he played here, what a big moment. First pitch from Thompson is over for a strike. He slugged a 3-run homer that was the biggest hit in Game 4 of the Division Series last September. Revs clinched it here. Pitch is just down and in. So far this spring, Burgess 4 for 13. He's driven in 3. No batting gloves. 1-1. And he swings, tips a foul over toward his dugout. He followed by Wilson and Mesa this inning.
Burgess looked good yesterday in that FanFest game against the York Elite squad. Put the bat on the ball almost every time after that one strikeout his first at-bat.
Pitch is swung on, popped up, foul, and back.
One of the problems with this game starting 45 minutes earlier today is you weren't able to take your lunch break before the game, Darryl.
That's true.
Got to roll with the punches, though.
Although I am a procrastinator of every task. It's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change-up got him. They had the shift on there as well. Burgess strikes out, 1 away.
Well, Darryl Thompson's looked really good so far. 4 up, 4 down, and 2 strikeouts. Pop up in a weak grounder. Definitely getting the better of the Revs so far today.
Last season, the Revs probably hit him better than any other team did. He went 9-7 though with a 386. Solid year. Here's Zach Wilson. He pops the first one up against his old teammate. Gonzalez, the catcher, behind the plate. And about halfway to the backstop, he's got it. So Wilson retired on 1 pitch on the foul out. And Thompson, if it's his final preseason tune-up, he's retired the first 5 that he's faced.
He looks really good, making pitches, and he's throwing strikes, which you saw Mitchell swing early in the count in the first inning. The first 3 pitches he saw, the only 3. Wilson swinging at the first pitch. I believe Casillas swung at the first pitch, too. So throwing it in a hittable spot and making these Revs swing early in the count.
Here's Malky Mesa now. And he swings, laces a liner foul into the seats in left. Ricochets back into left field. Former Philly and Red Sox Sean O'Sullivan is loosening in their bullpen. He'll be in next. Mesa 3 for 9 this spring with a double and 4 walks. He's been on base a lot. Here's the 0-1, and that misses high. He's got among the best speed of any corner outfield candidate, so they put him in right today, which is the bigger field here. Pitch is lined to left, and he hooks a base hit. Strasburger will glove and throw in. Malky Mesa, the Revs' first base runner, yanks a single to left field. We've seen him play exclusively left field, but as we said, he'll be in right defensively today. And Jose Tabata next, he moves over to left field.
And offensively, Mesa just continues to hit out of the gate, and just continues to put the bat on the ball. We've seen a couple hot shot singles through the 5.5 hole. There was a soft liner into left, so he's getting the bat on the ball and hitting the ball hard to the pull side.
Here is Tabata. First pitch, he swings, loops a foul back. Top at a 4 for 13 with a double. Here this preseason. Thompson, who's from La Plata, Maryland, nearby. Pitching for his hometown team. He had been in the big leagues with Cincinnati. He deals, and that breaks down and away. First time today that we've seen that big hook that he's known for, and he missed with it. Last year he went to an Atlantic League All-Star game for the second time. He's in the top 10 in the league in all the major pitching categories last season. On the 1-1, breaking ball, swing and a miss. He doubled up with it, that time a good one.
Well, that's a nice breaking ball, able to throw that sinking down away from a right-handed hitter. Tough to hit.
Thompson, the Blue Crabs record holder for innings, second in strikeouts, tied for first in wins. He deals, and a fastball up, top of it checked. Appeal out near second base confirms it. He will enter this year in league history, 8th in innings, just shy of 700, and 6th in strikeouts, 515. It's 40 wins, tied with Gabby Hernandez for the Blue Crabs all-time record. He deals, and it's driven the other way, down the line and right, but this will fade foul. Boy, Tabata drilled that the other way there, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, when he squares one up, it'll go, and I'm impressed with his gap power. Saw him go to the gap with a double a couple days ago. And he's another guy, along with Mesa, that I like them moving around, flipping between left and right field. Tabata more so right, Mesa left. But those are two guys in the corners. You can interchange them whenever you want, and both are going to hit the ball when they're in the lineup.
On the pitch, swing, and he pops another one foul and out of play. He hit it so far to right. The previous one, I couldn't see it.
Well, I couldn't see it either in the booth, and that's, you know, it's tough with the way the booth is constructed here in Southern Maryland. Angled toward third base.
Thompson ready. Back to the plate, slide step, and a curveball hooked a little low. During the regular season, if you're with me down here, might have you out in the row in front of us when you're on color, and then we'll switch. But today you'd be hit with sawdust if you were doing that.
We don't want that.
Runner goes. Pitch is fouled back again. I'm not sure if it's 2-2 or 3-2 at this point, but Mesa was on the move. None of the scoreboard operational for this exhibition. Guys just getting their work in, including us.
It is the definition of just coming in, getting to work in an exhibition game today.
The maintenance crew doing the same. Mesa runs again. That one hit him. Tabata hit with a pitch. He raised his arms up trying to avoid it, and it clipped him on the inside of the right forearm, it looked like, glancing down to the dirt, and hopefully it was just a glancing blow. As he unhooks his gear, and he does have some armor. I'm not sure that it protected him on that one, though. Chong is going to come out and have a look just to be sure.
Well, it seems when guys wear gear like that on their arms or forearms, when they get hit, it doesn't seem to ever hit the gear. It seems to be anywhere else. But a forearm, a better situation than if that caught wrist or hand, anything in that area.
And he is good. He'll stay in. Here's Ruby Silva. 2 on, 2 out. No score here in the second inning. First pitch, curveball, and that bends in for a strike. Silva 1 for 13. Does have an RBI. The stretch from Thompson. Look back at second. He fires, and a swing and a tip foul at the plate. Blue Crabs saw a good bit of Silva last year. He joined the Revs September 11th. Homered on the first pitch he saw to help them beat Long Island in a makeup game, and then he was a big part of a final week of the regular season sweep against Southern Maryland as they were rolling toward the playoffs, and then faced them a week later in the playoffs. Pitch is swung on, popped up near the line and left. Strasburger will give it a look. O'Sullivan vacates the bullpen mound, and it lands on the roof of the Legends Club restaurant, so out of play.
And Silva, not much to show for offensively so far in the spring, but started that nifty 4-6-3 double play in the last half inning and has looked really good defensively wherever he's been.
Yeah, he's been starting in the outfield so far, but obviously, well, he did start at second base on Thursday in Lancaster, but certainly one of the more versatile options on the team. Pitch, and it breaks down and in, smothered by the catcher Gonzalez. No advancement. Well, last year he basically came right in to fill in at second when Casilla left, but we really didn't see him much in the outfield, but we've heard rave reviews about his outfield defense, and we've seen that here this spring. Thompson 1-2, and he missed upstairs with the fastball.
Well, defensively, the Revs will be set all across the outfield, with whatever combination they roll with based on who makes the team come Thursday. We know everybody can hold their own at the plate, and defensively, all five guys plus Silva can work out there defensively too.
There's a swing and a looping pop toward the third base dugout. Oh, it lands right next to one of their coaches on the top row. It was first base and bench coach Joe Walsh, who had it land right next to his right foot before Daniel, the third baseman, or Gonzalez, the catcher, could get there. Silva waiting for Gonzalez to hand his mask back to him, and still alive at 2-2. Mesa at second. He singled with 2 outs. Tabata on at first, hit by a pitch. Thompson deals, and a ground ball to first, right at Frank Martinez. He'll glove it, takes it to the bag, and that'll end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left. We've played an inning and a half. It's the Revs nothing and the Blue Crabs nothing.
What's the simplest, easiest, freest way to get in shape? Walking. That natural walking motion is great for almost every body, but not every shoe is great for walking.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet sports shoes carries the shoes designed to function best. Whether you're out for an invigorating stroll or you're humming along at a serious fitness pace, walking and fitness shoes that'll do the trick, including a variety of widths and hard-to-find sizes. Walk with name brands like New Balance, Saucony, Brooks, and Accelera. For intense fitness workouts, try shoes from Asics, New Balance, Rika, Saucony, and 361. Flying Feet's selection is great, and the service is even better. With personal attention many stores are lacking. Some stores sell shoes, Flying Feet fits them. So take life in stride and do it in style with comfortable walking shoes and fitness shoes from the Sportswear Specialty Store without specialty prices. Flying Feet Sports Shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83.
It's where the veteran player knocks the winter rust from his swing. It's where wide-eyed rookies, lean and hungry, look to fulfill their boyhood dreams. It's where championship runs begin. And it's where heartbreaking decisions are made. It's time to play ball. Spring training is here.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Hey, heard the promo. Join us tomorrow night. Another edition of the Baltimore Baseball Show, 6 p.m. Keystone kickoff, 6:30. And then the Caps and Blue Jackets at 7:30 tomorrow night. Bottom of the second, no score. That would be on WOYK, obviously. As Xavier Paul, the DH, leads off. Lefty against lefty. And Detweiler ready. Here's his first pitch of the inning and misses high. Paul, 6 years in the majors with the Dodgers, Pirates, Reds, and Diamondbacks. Facing Detweiler, the 9-year vet. And he fires. It is a called strike. He allowed one base hit in the first inning, erased him with a double play. Has gone 3 scoreless so far this spring. There's the 1-1. And it misses down and away. His big league time came primarily in this general area. Waldorf is certainly a Washington Nationals market. Fires home, and a line drive at second, and grabbed by Ruby Silva going up the middle, reached across and made the play. On a little bit of a humpback liner from Paul, Silva extending to the backhand and able to stab it, 1 down.
Well, Silva showing what he can do defensively. An excellent play there, ranging to his right. Timed it perfectly. Didn't have to jump so high for that one, but still had to leap a little bit. And it's a second line drive snared by a Revolution infielder. Chris Rivera caught that line drive from Bladel in the first.
Here's Frank Martinez, who looks at a strike. Martinez, their first baseman, another new addition. A lot of turnover on this Blue Crab team from last year. There's the 0-1, and it breaks down low. Martinez, who played with Gary South Shore of the American Association last year, hit .275 there. Couple of home runs. Detweiler to the plate. Fastball, it's a called strike inside corner. Martinez from the Dominican. He signed with the A's, spent 6 years in their system, reaching Double-A, then 5 years in the Frontier League. Did it a little bit backwards. Detweiler deals, and it's grounded toward third. Rivera to his right and unable to glove it as he tried to shift sideways toward the line rather than backhanding it, tried to stay in front and bounced off his glove. It'll be an error. Martinez on with 1 out.
Well, Rivera hasn't regularly played infield in a couple seasons. Was drafted as an infielder as a shortstop, then eventually was converted to catcher and basically spent his last 2 years in the Cardinals system exclusively as a catcher. So a guy who can play infield but hasn't done it in quite some time.
Now here is one of only 2 returning. Oh, look out. Corey Vaughn, a swing and a foul tip, and the bat sails and hits the front of the top of their dugout on the third base side at the far end of it. The guy's in the dugout leaning. It sent the cameraman scrambling.
Second time in 2 days we've seen a bat go flying. Yesterday in the Fan Fest game, saw one go over the first baseman's head. I believe it was somebody on the elite team lost the handle on it.
I was about to say Vaughn, one of only 2 returners in their starting lineup today, along with Garcia. The pitch, swinging a foul tip into the mitt of Clark, and ahead now 0-2. Vaughn in center field. Last year with Southern Maryland, went to the All-Star game. He hit .252, had 13 homers, 17 steals. Great defensively. And Detweiler right back at him. Strike 3 called. He didn't mess around. Looked like he stayed down and away all 3 pitches, and Vaughn looks at the third one and strikes out.
No surprise that Detweiler looks good again today. He's got the fastball working. We've seen a couple breaking balls. The guy just trying to get his work in. He's obviously one of the better players in this league, having spent 9 years in the majors and a few successful ones, so it's good to see him getting in the work early.
Here's Andrew Daniel. He fouls the first one back. A runner at first with 2 outs, no score here in the second inning. Our next to last preseason broadcast will be with you Thursday for the opener at 6. Carrying the pregame ceremonies. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Like maybe a 2-seamer there with some pretty good movement. Daniel last year in the Angels and Braves systems at High A and Double A. Detweiler the 0-2. And a strike 3 called. Right back with a fastball, and Daniel was frozen on it. Back-to-back strikeouts looking to end the inning, and perhaps Detweiler's second spring start. He goes 2 scoreless, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. It's on to the third. Michael will have the play-by-play when we come back. No score here from Southern Maryland.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you've got a smartphone, you've got the power of the pass. Introducing the York Revolution Ballpark Pass. It's new, it's easy, and it's the hottest way to catch pro baseball in York. The new Revolution Ballpark Pass gives you the power to attend as many York Revolution home games as you want each month for just $34.79 per month. That's less than $3 a game. Sign up and you'll get electronic barcodes on your smartphone to be scanned for general admission to each game of the season. Flash your phone at the gate and pick any spot in Arch Street Eats, downtown's playground, or the Appel lawn. That's all there is to it. No need to order each game's ticket, no waiting in line, no worrying about making your payment each month. It's automatic. Get the power of the pass. Sign up for the new Ballpark Pass at YorkRevolution.com or call 717-801-HITS. That's the new Ballpark Pass at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
This is Jay Gauss. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Spurt Radio 1350, WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Top of the third inning from Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf, Maryland. Sean O'Sullivan takes over on the mound as we start the third inning. No score between the Revolution and the Blue Crabs. It's O'Sullivan, the right-hander, taking over for Darryl Thompson, who worked 2 scoreless. Now leading off for the Revs, it's Chris Rivera, the third baseman. He takes a strike, fastball outside corner. Rivera, Clark, and Cleary, 9, 10, 11 in the Revs lineup, then back to Jared Mitchell at the top. The 0-1 from O'Sullivan, fouled straight back 0-2. Sean O'Sullivan, Darryl mentioned earlier, plenty of big league experience with the Phillies and Red Sox during his major league career. Pitched in 3 games in Korea last year for Nexon in the KBO. Drops a curveball in there, strike 3. So on 3 pitches, Chris Rivera goes down looking, and Sean O'Sullivan, good start to his day. That'll bring up Tyler Clark, the catcher. Clark getting most of the work behind the dish for Mark Mason's squad in spring training. Luis Cruz, who's expected to join the team soon after figuring out some travel issues, will be one of the other catching options for Mason as Clark swings and misses. Cruz was expected to be here originally to be here at the start of camp, and then things fell through a little bit. So Clark getting more work than expected early on. O'Sullivan out of the windup, the 0-1. Swing and a miss as Clark aggressive early. O'Sullivan pumping 2 pitches by him. No score, top of the third inning. We're in Waldorf, Maryland, the home of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. The 0-2 to Clark. Swing and a miss, fastball up in the zone, and similar to the at-bat that Jared Mitchell had to lead off the game, 3 pitches, all fastballs, 3 straight swings and misses. This one off O'Sullivan, and it was Clark batting. Nonetheless, back-to-back Ks for O'Sullivan, 2 up, 2 down in the top of the third. Now Delta Cleary Jr., the 11-hitter in Mark Mason's lineup. He's in center field today. Did not start yesterday's ball game, but eventually came in to the lineup and replaced Travis Witherspoon in center as Cleary sends one foul over the backstop here, 0-1. O'Sullivan doing an excellent job of getting over that first pitch strike. The fastball looks good. It's almost been exclusively fastball. Dropped the hammer on Chris Rivera to punch him out, though. The 0-1 to Cleary. Fastball outside, 1-1. A little cool here in Southern Maryland, but the temperature is around the 60s, which is what we love to see. And 60 honestly feels like a little bit more than 60 based on the weather we've seen recently, as that one's down, 2-1. Sun was out earlier today. Now it's fighting its way back in. Some cloud cover. Still a ever so slightly light blue sky out there on the horizon. Now O'Sullivan readies his 2-1 out of the windup. The stocky right-hander delivers. Chopper up the middle. This could be an infield knock. The shortstop fields it, throws over to first in time. Nice play by Garcia, ranging to his left, and the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Sean O'Sullivan. We head to the bottom of the third inning. No score between the Revolution and the Blue Crabs. We go to the bottom of the third next. You're listening on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The fresh balls, the fresh bats, and all those fresh faces in the dugouts. It's spring training, pal, where the veteran players get back in the swing and rookies try to show off their thing. And we've got the latest from around the leagues, the breaking stories, the latest on player moves and injuries, plus all the juicy chatter. Hey, batter, swing! Listen for it all.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution championship pennant. April 28th, a champion's t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs magnet schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers.
Rebound tip, and Embiid gets it back and dunks it.
York's home for Sixers basketball.
Lobs to Embiid, and a right-hand jam with flair and a flurry. Sergio to Joel Embiid. Go, go, Jojo. Rodriguez back to Joe. Embiid for the 3. He got it. He nailed a triple. Joel Embiid from outside the arc.
Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Bottom of the third inning of spring training game number 5 for the York Revolution. Michael Marcantonini, Darrell Henry with me on the broadcast. No score between the Revolution and the Blue Crabs from Waldorf, Maryland. Ross Detweiler back out on the mound. He'll get a third inning of work in his second spring start. Sean O'Sullivan took over for the Blue Crabs in the top of the third inning and retired the Revs 1-2-3 with 2 punch-outs. Now Detweiler on for his third inning. A lefty-lefty matchup for the Major League veteran. He'll face Joey Wong, the second baseman for the Crabs. It's Wong, Jose Gonzalez, then Johnny Bladel. 8-9-1 for James Frisbee's club. The 1-0, swing and a miss, fastball up in the zone. A nice-looking heater from Detweiler. And the count goes to 1-1. Nothing on the scoreboard in more ways than one. Neither team has scored, and the scoreboard is not being used today in Southern Maryland. That fastball catches the top of the zone. 2 strikes on Wong.
Well, usually during the year when it is being used, it's wrong more often than not anyways. So
we're better off the way it is.
Yeah.
Detweiler out of the windup, the high leg kick in the pitch. Inside outswing, ground ball down the third base line, just foul, about 2 or 3 inches from that line. Chris Rivera couldn't get to it, so if that was a fair ball, that could have been a double. And the count remains 2-2, or 1-2. Either way, 2 strikes on Wong. Detweiler struck out the last 2 batters he faced in the second, both looking. Oh, almost made it 3 in a row right there. I was ready to pull the trigger on it, but the fastball misses just high. No score yet in the ballgame. We're in the bottom of the third in Southern Maryland. Detweiler's next pitch, swing and a miss. Fastball outside corner that catches Tyler Clark's glove. Wong goes down swinging. 3 straight strikeouts for Detweiler, and boy, does he look good today.
He does, and he's got strikeout stuff, it seems, with multiple pitches. It's refreshing to see a guy get strikeouts on the fastball. This is such a good contact hitting league with these veteran hitters. He's got good stuff on everything.
He starts Jose Gonzalez off with a swinging strike, another fastball, and you'll see guys almost exclusively rely on the fastball in spring training, just trying to get that pitch down before they implement some breaking pitches, but Detweiler has thrown a handful of breaking balls. Fly ball right field, that's way out of play, though. 0-2.
And way out of our sight.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all I knew was that it wasn't fair, so it was way out of play. An 0-2 count. Detweiler looking for his 4th straight punch-out. The left-hander delivers, and he won't get it there. Fastball high, 1-2. No score. Bottom of inning number 3. Revolution have played in a couple of close spring games so far. A 2-2 tie with Somerset 2 days ago. That one misses low and outside, and nice stop by Clark in the dirt. The Revs pounded out 10 runs on 4 home runs in their first spring training game of the season against Lancaster last Wednesday. Since then, the Bats have not really done much except yesterday against the Elite Club on the Fan Fest. Chopper to third. Rivera has it on 1 hop. Easy throw over to first. And Burgess has it holding the bag for out number 2.
I would be surprised, Michael, if the Bats were doing anything, to be honest, because you had they've hardly had on-field BP until just the last couple of days, and the weather and all of that, on top of, I would think that the hitters anyway would be a little bit behind the pitchers at the beginning of camp, just because so much of hitting is timing, and that's what these guys need to kind of reacclimate themselves to.
Sure. Back to the top of the order, Johnny Bladel, the right fielder. First pitch swinging, line drive into left field for a knock. Second hit on the day against Detweiler. Bladel's first. He's 1 for 2. He'll round first and stay there. Brings up Edwin Garcia. Garcia, the first hit of the day for the Blue Crabs off Detweiler. That was a single up the middle. He was eventually erased on a double play ball that ended the first inning. And talking about the Bats, Darryl, and 13 runs yesterday, but that's not against a team in this league. It's against a combined team of guys from the men's league in the York area. So we won't officially count that one as a day where they brought the Bats out. Although it was nice to see them given the opportunity to put up 13 runs.
Yeah.
Now Garcia with a 1-0 count. Detweiler move over to first now, and back safely is the runner Bladel.
It was good to see solid contact the previous couple of days.
Sure.
A lot of bouncing balls in the infield and weak flyouts. Of course, Thursday in Lancaster, the wind was gusting straight in, but it's good to see him bust out like that yesterday.
Now Detweiler to the plate. Foul ball out of play, first base side. We haven't seen a ton of pickoff moves so far from pitchers in the spring. Detweiler, a former Major League lefty, a guy who's looking to get back to that level. Definitely a solid pickoff move. Now the 1-1 coming. Detweiler checks the runner at first. He's got him picked off. Bladel takes off for second. The throw down, not in time. And it also drops out of the glove of the shortstop Cuevas. Detweiler had Bladel picked, but Bladel went on first movement, and by the time Detweiler got it to first base, Bladel was already about halfway or maybe a little more. Burgess throws a little off the line. Cuevas, even if he had come away with it, might not have been able to tag Bladel before he grabbed second base. And that's what you're taught to do as a base runner. When you're picked off, just keep going. Run in the path of the throw going towards the base instead of trying to go back, because then you're just a dead duck. Hard hit ground ball to short. Cuevas has this one. Throws over to Burgess. Dug out. A nice scoop there by the burly first baseman, and the inning finally comes to an end. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors in the inning, and 1 left on. We're headed to the top of the 4th. Detweiler 3 scoreless so far. We head to the 4th next on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
This is Luke Westfall. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Back to the top of the order for the Revs against Sean O'Sullivan in the top of the 4th inning. Mitchell digs in against the right-hander. Swing and a miss there on a pitch down and in. Mitchell, Casilla, Cuevas, the top 3 for the Revs, and Mitchell has seen 4 pitches today. He's swung at all of them. He's come up empty on all 4. Now the former 2 sports star awaits the next offering from O'Sullivan. That one's low. Mitchell played both baseball and football at LSU during his college days. Spent 3 years at LSU before becoming a first-round draft pick of the Chicago White Sox. Was a 10th-round draft pick of the Minnesota Twins out of high school. The 1-1 from O'Sullivan. Fastball catches the outside corner. No score through 3 full innings of play. Top of the 4th inning in Southern Maryland. It's the Revs and the Blue Crabs. Spring training game number 5 for the Revs. Pitch from O'Sullivan. Swing and a miss. Mitchell, a half-hearted swing there, and he couldn't catch up to the fastball on the outside part of the plate. So Mitchell has gone down twice on strikes, both swinging today. That brings up Alexi Casilla.
Yeah, Mitchell has swung the bat well in camp. That one not really his best swing, but you know, you will hear hitters say a lot that during the daytime with the sun shining here, it really is tough to pick it up.
Fastball misses high to Casilla, and that's something that it seems like such an easy thing to not have to worry about, the batter's eye in center. But when you have to worry about it, it affects everything, because then you get in your head that you're not going to see the pitches right, and then you end up not seeing them right, and then you end up not putting up numbers in that game, and something so little can be so important to a game like that. Sullivan paints the black on the outside corner, 0-1 to Casilla. Sullivan working quickly. Here's the next pitch. Chopper foul down the first base line. 2 strikes on one of the Revs' extra hitters in today's ball game. The Revs going with an 11-man lineup as they did yesterday. Now O'Sullivan back to the hill. Casilla, a switch hitter batting from the left side. He lifts one in the air left field, ranging over is Strausberger, and he makes the grab close to the left field foul line, and that's out number 2.
And I'm not sure here if it's kind of the batter's eye itself, where you know, if you're down at field level, it's maybe a little bit see-through at the top of the mesh, although it does look like they've darkened it this year. But I think more so the ads above it. Now, there used to be a big bright yellow one that was really a problem. There's all kinds of different colors on the 4 ads that might come into play now, but I know during the daytime it's been tough.
Now it's Jose Cuevas digging in with none on and 2 outs, I should say. Cuevas at shortstop today. 2 hits in yesterday's ballgame, a single and a double. Now a hard hit ground ball up the middle, that's a knock. So Jose Cuevas now 1 for 2 on the day. A 2-out single for the Revs shortstop. That brings up cleanup man Michael Burgess.
Another thing that makes this park such a good pitcher's park, and I think we talk with Mace about this just about every time we're here, but you have to fight the urge to want to pull the ball to left field here where it's so short, right field's so deep, and their pitchers are accustomed to pitching away from right-hand hitters, trying to get them to hit it to that big part of the yard.
First pitch to Burgess is a fastball missing low and inside. And you got to figure that, yeah, any right-handed hitter that plays here that has any kind of power is going to want to try to put one out over that 310 sign in left. Not too high of a fence. So Sullivan's 1-0. In the air, center field, straight away. Coming on is Vaughn. He's there to make the grab. And Sean O'Sullivan has now worked 2 scoreless innings. So 4 scoreless innings from combined Thompson and O'Sullivan. We head to the bottom of the 4th. We'll see if Ross Detweiler gets a 4th inning of work. No score between the Revs and the Blue Crabs. We go to the bottom of the 4th next on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
If you've got a smartphone, you've got the power of the pass. Introducing the York Revolution Ballpark Pass. It's new, it's easy, and it's the hottest way to catch pro baseball in York. The new Revolution Ballpark Pass gives you the power to attend as many York Revolution home games as you want each month for just $34.79 per month. That's less than $3 a game. Sign up and you'll get electronic barcodes on your smartphone to be scanned for general admission to each game of the season. Flash your phone at the gate and pick any spot in Arch Street Eats, downtown's playground, or the Appel lawn. That's all there is to it. No need to order each game's ticket. No waiting in line. No worrying about making your payment each month. It's automatic. Get the power of the pass. Sign up for the new Ballpark Pass at YorkRevolution.com or call 717-801-HITS. That's the new Ballpark Pass at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
The Baltimore Baseball Show with Dan Connolly, right here on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Bottom of the 4th inning from Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf, Maryland. No score between the Revolution and the Blue Crabs. Nick Baker takes over on the mound for the Revs in relief of Ross Detweiler, who worked 3 shutout innings, allowing just 2 hits, struck out 3, did not walk a batter in his 3 innings. Detweiler's now thrown 5 innings of shutout baseball over 2 spring starts. His first start came against Lancaster earlier in the week, and a solid 3 innings today on a nice Sunday afternoon for baseball. Now Nick Baker, the right-hander who had previously pitched in the Arizona Diamondbacks organization. Southern California native takes over to face Ryan Strasburger, the right-handed hitter who takes a strike from Baker, 0-1. No score, bottom 4. Sean O'Sullivan has fired 2 scoreless innings in relief of Darrell Thompson, who fired 2 scoreless as well to start the game for the Crabs. So their pitching staff looking solid right now with those 2 right-handers. Ross Detweiler was matching zeros with those guys, though, and now Nick Baker will get a chance to do so. Pitch to Strasburger, misses inside somewhere. Michael Marcantonini here with you alongside Darrell Henry. 5th spring training game for the Revs. They'll have one more tomorrow against Southern Maryland at home, and then we'll go to Somerset 2 days from now as that one's fouled back over our heads in the press box. Then a workout day on Wednesday before opening night against the Lancaster Barnstormers at Peoples Bank Park on Thursday. can catch that game on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, and as well as our YouTube channel. Now a foul ball that almost was called a swing and a miss, and that would have been a drop third strike situation, but they call it a foul ball off the bat of Strasburger. The ball went behind Tyler Clark, the catcher. Nick Baker will look for a strikeout pitch or an out pitch of any kind here. No score, bottom for Ryan Strasburger, the left fielder, at the dish. Strasburger swings and tips one into the glove of Clark, a strikeout for Baker, so he picks up right where Detweiler left off. Another punch out for Revs pitchers. That's 4 in the game combined. Detweiler had 3. Now Xavier Paul, the designated hitter.
Baker looked good the other day also, but he was hardly out there for more than a couple minutes. He had such a quick inning, but it's because he pitched well over in Lancaster. Good to get to see him a little bit more so here today.
Baker's first pitch to Paul, high and outside, and you got to believe Baker's in for 2 today. The 4 guys listed to go after him: Van Meter, Rincon, Ezel, and Treese. Can't expect them to throw more than 1. Van Meter strictly a reliever. And Rincon just coming into camp. Don't think he'll go more than 1. And then Ezel and Treese probably 1 apiece. Counts 1-1 on Paul. The pitch from Baker. Fastball misses inside, 2-1. No score. We're in the bottom of the 4th inning in Southern Maryland. It's the Revs and the Blue Crabs. Revs tuning up for opening night this Thursday. Fly ball left field, a few steps back on it is Jose Tabata. He backpedals, makes the grab maybe a step shy of the track, and there's 2 outs for Nick Baker, 2 up, 2 down.
And this park will make a fly ball like that seem deeper than it is. Fairly lazy fly. Nice job by Baker to continue to mix, and a little bit of an off-balance swing there for the flyout.
And deep for any left fielder in this park is pretty much at the track. As Baker fires a strike to the next batter, Frank Martinez, who's at first base today. Baker looking for a 1-2-3 inning. The 0-1 chop foul, 0-2. And Darryl, one of the things that's been so important for Revs pitchers so far is first pitch strikes. Detweiler did not walk a batter, was pumping the zone, and Baker's doing so here in the 4th.
Yeah, and it keeps everybody into it. The fielders behind you, good pace to the game. I'll give Clark a moment here. That foul tip either got him above the shin guard or down in the toe, somewhere on the leg that wasn't covered. But yeah, the first pitch strikes, you love to see it. I think last year, even despite the success that the team had, something that they really wanted to clean up this year was fewer walks, fewer even wild pitches. Those totals were higher than they should have been.
Baker's 0-2. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 3. Nick Baker, 3 up, 3 down, 2 strikeouts in the inning and a lazy fly ball. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none reached base, so none were left on. We head to the top of the 5th. Still no score between the Revs and the Blue Crabs. You're listening on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Brimmer has been York's license and notary specialist since 1969. An approved online messenger for PennDOT, it offers registration and driver's license renewals, online title transfers, money orders, and notary service, all with the friendly staff that guarantees your satisfaction. For more information on Brimmer's convenient hours and fast service, call 717-699-1060 in York or visit them on the web at brimmers.com. Brimmer Fast Licensing and Notary Service with 4 convenient locations in York and Lancaster.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet Schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA home insurance to AAA auto insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA home insurance.
This is Paul Fletcher. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
No runs in this game for either team. We're in the top of the 5th inning between the Revs and the Blue Crabs in Southern Maryland. Michael Marcantonini, Daryl Henry with you on the call. Happy to be with you in spring training game number 5 for the Revs. New pitcher into the ball game for Southern Maryland is the right-hander Joey Wagman. Wagman, a Danville, California native. 6 foot, 185-pound right-hander with some flowing hair in the back of his hat. Takes over for Sean O'Sullivan. Darrell Thompson started the game for the Blue Crabs, went 2 nearly flawless shutout innings, gave up just 1 hit. O'Sullivan also gave up only a hit in 2 innings of work, struck out 3, hit a batter but did not walk anyone. So 4 scoreless innings for Blue Crabs pitchers, 2 apiece for Thompson and O'Sullivan. And now Joey Wagman will get a crack at the Revs lineup. It's Zach Wilson, Melky Mesa, Jose Tabata, 5, 6, 7 for York. Zach Wilson takes the first pitch strike on the outer half of the plate. The count's 0-1. Wilson playing against his former team, the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, where he spent significant time. He takes inside. Previously an all-star in the past for the Blue Crabs. Hit a home run in the all-star game and also won the home run derby last year. Now he swings and misses at a fastball as Wagman pumps that one across. 1-2 the count now. Again, no score in the top of inning number 5. It's the Revs and the Blue Crabs. It's been a pitcher's duel so far, to say the least. That one's fouled back. Everybody that's gotten into the game, all 4 arms that have completed a full inning so far, have looked great. Ross Detweiler went 3 shutout. Nick Baker followed with a 1-2-3 fourth for the Revs. Previously mentioned Thompson and O'Sullivan each going 2 shutout for the Crabs. Now the right-handed hitting Wilson takes inside with 2 strikes. The count goes to 2-2 now. Now Wagman out of the windup. The pitch. Hard hit line drive into left field, a base hit. Ranging over to cut that one off from the fence is Strasburger. He gets it in quickly, holding Wilson to a single, but another hard piece of contact off the bat is Zach Wilson, and he has himself a knock.
Yeah, it's got to feel good for him. First few days kind of trying to get the timing down. Yesterday in the exhibition game had a big 2-run double driven the other way. Man, this one really turned on it and hit a rope to left.
So that brings up Melky Mesa, who's hit the ball all over the field. Well, mainly left field, but hit the ball a lot since spring training started. He swings and misses at a curveball outside there. No chance on that one. Wagman starts him with the soft stuff. Mesa aggressive in the box there. It's 0-1. Wilson leads off first in a 0-0 ball game in the top of the 5th. Pitch to Mesa. Down, it's 1-1. Mesa in right field today. Jose Tabata in left. Those two have been in each other's positions previously this spring exclusively. Tabata getting some work in left, Mesa in right today. See what those guys can do there. The 1-1 from Wagman. Fastball outside corner there for a strike. A good looking pitch there from Joey Wagman.
Just doing some construction over here, Michael. Don't mind me.
Hammering, drilling. Heard some leaf blowers going earlier in the day. They're doing it all here, getting ready for the start of the season. Mesa fouls one back, hard hit. Bring your hard hat today, Daryl?
No, so I'm a little nervous. I did last inning when the foul ball went whizzing up there on the roof. I was wondering if those guys are still up there, and clearly they are.
Yeah. Full day of work here. Everybody getting their reps in. 2-strike pitch to Mesa outside. You know, when I was in 2nd grade, I wanted to be a construction worker when I grew up. I was really into construction. Always watched the construction videos back in the day when I was really young.
What ruined that dream for you?
You know, I don't know. I really don't know. I just figured broadcasting might be a cooler avenue to go. And Mesa swings through a fastball there, and he's down on strikes for the first out in the inning. Wilson remains on first. Would have been a cool way to go, construction, definitely.
Yeah. On the way down here, I was watching do-it-yourself videos on how to fix a water heater, but it turns out it was just our son who messed with the controls, so it's all good. It works again, thankfully.
Now Wagman sets out of the stretch. He'll face Jose Tabata. And the pitch, fastball low, 1-0. No score, top of inning number 5. It's the Revs and the Crabs. It's not going to cost you as much now. Since it's not broken, you just figured the controls are all messed up.
That's right.
So that's good.
And it'll be a lesson learned for him.
Yeah. Got your hands full over there at home, Daryl. The 1-0 to Tabata. Snap throw down to first base, diving back safely is Wilson. A nice snap throw from the catcher, Gonzalez. That was on a line down to first. Put it where it needed to be, but Wilson just back in time. Gonzalez showing his rifle of an arm. Now Tabata, the right-handed hitter, steps back in the box. Wind blowing a little bit. It has been throughout the day. Sun coming out more now. Chopper off of the foot of Tabata. He'll shake that off. We're in the top of inning number 5. No score between the Blue Crabs and the Revolution. The Revs and Blue Crabs will complete this home-and-home series tomorrow when the Crabs travel to Peoples Bank Park. Now a 2-1 count on Tabata. Wagman sets. Glove at the chest. Leg kick and the pitch. Hard hit ground ball into left field for a base hit. Tabata shoots one through the 5.5 hole. He peppers one into left. 2 hits in the inning for the Revs. Both hard hit balls. Wilson started off with a single. Now he moves up to second. And after the Mesa strikeout, Tabata reaches first.
Yeah, it looked like a breaking ball there from Wagman that Tabata stayed back on nicely. And kind of tough to get under that pitch, hit the top half of it, but solidly, and bounced it pretty firmly on through. Nice piece of hitting.
And now that looks like Ryan Dent in the box. He skies one to right field. Playable out there. The catch is made by Bladel. Tagging and heading for third is Zach Wilson. He'll get there without a throw. Throwing into second. So Ryan Dent gets an AB, and on one pitch, he's retired. So Dent, now I believe he'll just be slotted in the lineup behind Tabata. That brings up Ruby Silva, the second baseman. Couldn't get that out of my mouth there. So an F9 in the book for Ryan Dent.
I think people are now discovering the construction going on.
Just now?
Starting to hear conversations about it around the park.
And now the left-handed hitting Silva steps in against Wagman with runners at the corners. Hard hit line drive into right field, a knock. That'll bring home a run. Zach Wilson scores easily. Stopping at second is Tabata. And the Revs are the first ones to score today. It's 1-0 York here in the top of the 5th.
Oh, nice job jumping on the first one there from Silva. It's been a little bit of a quieter camp for him. That's fine. I mean, it doesn't count till Thursday, getting the work in and all, but nice Nice piece of hitting, short stroke to it, not trying to do too much. That's what all these guys have done this inning, and producing with line drive base hits, now 3 of them.
So Wagman surrenders the first run of the day. So he's just looking to get out of this frame with no more damage. Swing and a miss there from Chris Rivera, the third baseman. As the hammering continues to get louder.
It feels like it's getting closer, Michael.
As long as we're under cover, I think we're good for now. But we'll have to monitor that situation. Rivera, the right-handed hitter, digs in. Wagman checks second. Now a fly ball, shallow center field. Who wants it? I hear I got it from 2 different guys, and it's going to be the shortstop, Garcia, that makes the grab to end the inning. So the Revs manufacture a 2-out run. Excellent piece of hitting by Ruby Silva, plating Zach Wilson. They take a 1-0 lead. They do leave 2, but they do have the lead. Let's leave it at that. After 4.5, it's 1-0 Revs. We go to the bottom of the 5th next on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
If you've got a smartphone, you've got the power of the pass. Introducing the York Revolution Ballpark Pass. It's new, it's easy, and it's the hottest way to catch pro baseball in York. The new Revolution Ballpark Pass gives you the power to attend as many York Revolution home games as you want each month for just $34.79 per month. That's less than $3 a game. Sign up and you'll get electronic barcodes on your smartphone to be scanned for general admission to each game of the season. Flash your phone at the gate and pick any spot in Arch Street Eats, downtown's playground, or the Appel lawn. That's all there is to it. No need to order each game's ticket. No waiting in line. No worrying about making your payment each month. It's automatic. Get the power of the pass. Sign up for the new Ballpark Pass at YorkRevolution.com or call 717-801-HITS. That's the new Ballpark Pass at YorkRevolution.com or 717-801-HITS.
It's where the veteran player knocks the winter rust from his swing. It's where wide-eyed rookies lean and hungry look to fulfill their boyhood dreams. It's where championship runs begin. And it's where heartbreaking decisions are made. It's time to play ball. Spring training is here.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
This is Ryan Dent. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Well, it took us a little while, but the Revs finally pushed across the first run of today's ball game. They lead 1-0 after 4.5 of play. An RBI single with 2 outs from Ruby Silva, plating Zach Wilson, is what has put the Revs ahead 1-0. And Nick Baker now a chance for his second inning. He's in line for the win right now for the Revs. He's in for a second inning of work after he threw a very easy 1-2-3-4, a strikeout, fly out, and a strikeout. Now he'll face Corey Vaughn here to start the bottom of the 5th inning. He does that with a swinging strike. It's 0-1. Baker's 0-1, swing and a miss on a breaking ball from Vaughn, and Baker just continues to throw strikes and getting guys to swing and miss. Revs pushed across a run on 3 hits in the last half inning. They left 2. No errors in that frame. Baker misses there. It's 1-2. So it's 1-0 Revs over the Blue Crabs in the bottom of the 5th, as probably hear some more construction work going on as Baker misses high there, 2-2. And right before we started the inning, Daryl, you're giving me the cue to go back on it. All of a sudden, we just hear this loud bang.
My nerves are shot.
Swing and a miss. Nick Baker, 3rd strikeout of the ball game, and he's faced just 4 hitters. Goes up and in on Corey Vaughn, and Corey Vaughn will come up empty.
Well, Nick's doing a nice job of mixing it out earlier in the at-bat and then in. He went in with that fastball, but seeing a good fastball slider combo from him, working one off the other one.
Tyler Clark calling an excellent game behind the plate. Now Baker throws a fastball grounded to third. Rivera the play over to first. Throw was wide, but Michael Burgess held the bag. That was Andrew Daniel, the third baseman. Grounds out on 1 pitch before I can even announce that he's up.
And Burgess, he's got good nimble footwork around that bag. He's really adept at, when a throw is off, being able to kind of drop step into foul territory, switch feet on the bag, and saw him do that a bunch last year when needed.
Now Baker gets right back on the mound and works. Faced left-handed hitting Joey Wong. There's a strike, 0-1. So Nick Baker, 5 up, 5 down. This is his second spring game. He hasn't faced more than the minimum today. Swing and a miss there and a breaking ball inside. Have to go back and check my scorebook, but I don't think he faced more than the minimum in his inning the other day. Back on the mound, the 0-1 coming. There's a strike 3. So Baker, 2 shutout innings, 6 up, 6 down, 4 strikeouts. And indeed, he did go 1-2-3 in his last outing as well. So 9 up, 9 down this spring for Baker. We go to the top of the 6th. It's 1-0 Revs. We go there next on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32,000. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6,000 to $8,000. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Does your wealth advisor know how you take your coffee? At Smith, Mayer & Little Wealth Advisory Group, we genuinely get to know our clients, from their interests, goals, and dreams, right down to how they like their coffee. By understanding our clients on a personal level, we help them make wise financial decisions. In us, you will find a trusted confidant dedicated to your financial success. Smith, Mayer & Little, a wealth of knowledge about wealth. Get to know us over a cup of coffee or visit us at financialjava.com.
Janney Montgomery Scott LLC, member NYSE, FINRA, and SIPC.
This is Chang Choi, athletic trainer of the York Revolution. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
1-0 Revs, top 6 here in Southern Maryland. Tyler Clark leads things off for York. Clark, Cleary, Mitchell, 10-11-1. Faced Joey Wagman, who surrendered the first run of the game in his first inning of work in the 5th. And now Clark, first pitch swinging, dribbler down the third base line. A barehanded play by Daniel, throws to first, not in time, it was wide. And an infield base hit for Tyler Clark, who runs well.
Yeah, he's not really built like a catcher. He's tall and lanky, wiry, athletic, does run well. He's probably one of the more athletic guys behind the plate in the league. And he was smelling infield hit from the moment it left his bat.
Built like an outfielder or even a pitcher. Now Delta Cleary from the left side takes a ball outside, 1-0. Clark 6'5", 210. Very tall for a catcher, and like you mentioned, Darryl, a slim figure, lanky. The 1-0 to Cleary. There's a strike on the outside corner on the fastball. Tyler Clark played for Lancaster in the Atlantic League last season, coming over to York this year. Cleary, another ALPB veteran, spent 3 years with Long Island. Clark takes off for second. He'll have to head back as Cleary fouls that one back.
What a jump he had.
Huge jump. The guy, we saw him leg out a triple a couple days ago. Peppered that right center gap at Peoples Bank Park.
Well, you might see him take another step this year in terms of statistical production. He's still a relatively young guy, was kind of a backup player last year in Lancaster.
Another pitch to Cleary, fastball high and outside, brings the count to 2-2. Clark on first after an infield dribbler Clark, a switch hitter, was hitting from the left side. A dribbler to third off the end of his bat that he beat out. So he's on first. Now Cleary, the 11 hitter. I guess essentially the 12 hitter now, as Ryan Dent was thrown in the lineup. Well, the count's 3-2. See if Clark gets put in motion here in an attempt to stay out of a double play potentially. Was running earlier in the count. We'll see if he does again. Revs lead 1-0, top 6. Here's Wagman's offering. Clark does go. That one's foul tipped in and out of the glove of the catcher Gonzalez, and the at-bat will continue. Ross Detweiler started this one for the Revs, went 3 shutout innings. Nick Baker has worked 2 perfect innings with 4 strikeouts in relief. 5 nearly flawless innings for Revs pitching. Blue Crabs got 4 strong innings out of Darrell Thompson and Sean O'Sullivan combined. Now another foul ball off the bat of Cleary. The at-bat will continue at least one more pitch. Thompson went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 2. O'Sullivan 1 hit in 2 innings as well. He struck out 3. Then Wagman last inning surrendered the first run of the game for either team. Gave up 3 singles, including a RBI single to Ruby Silva, a line drive to right. That scored Zach Wilson. Now Clark leads off first. The full count pitch. Cleary sends this one in the left center field gap, but ranging back is Strasburger. Makes the grab in medium left field, and there's 1 down in the top of the 6th. So now Jared Mitchell, 2 strikeouts swinging. Hasn't looked great at the plate today. I don't know if just one of those days, Sunday afternoon lull for him. He's been in the lineup every day of spring training so far. Could just be he's faced a couple tough pitchers. Nonetheless, he's come up empty on a few swings today, 2 strikeouts. The left-hander digs in the box. The pitch from Wagman fouled back, 0-1. So again, aggressive early in the count is Jared Mitchell, who was a late signing to York's roster heading into camp. Didn't know if he'd be back this year. Was in camp with the Cincinnati Reds before coming back to York. Hit .360 in camp for the Revs this year. Excuse me, with the Reds. Reds and Revs. Getting those mixed up. That one's outside.
I mean, based on how he hit in their camp, he probably shouldn't be back.
Right.
He did everything he could.
Yeah, that's a tough pill to swallow. You hit .360 with AAA in spring training this year with the Reds, and you don't get to stick around. You know, I've always wondered, is that tougher on a player, knowing that he did everything he could, dominated camp, doesn't get a roster spot, or is it tougher if he goes in and just lays an egg in camp and can just say, all right, well, I had no chance to make it because I didn't perform?
Yeah, I think it eats at you in different ways. I mean, at least you can say, did everything in my control.
Mitchell knows that, and he's here ready to play. 2 strikes on him. Now Wagman will step off and forces Clark back to the bag. Clark didn't have to dive. He just walked back. No throw from Wagman. Mitchell talked to him when he came into camp, said he was happy with his performance, and how could you not be? Hitting .360, had 2 home runs. 2 for 2 in the stolen base department, played good defense. On the inside corner, strike 3. I don't know about that one. Mitchell pretty much knows that wasn't a strike, and he'll take a slow trot back to, not even a trot, he'll just walk back to the dugout. So he's wearing a hat trick today, 3 strikeouts.
Spring training for everybody. Doug McFarland behind home plate, hearing it from the Revs side a little bit there.
And, you know, that's one where it's spring training, you don't argue it. But if that's a regular season call right there, I mean, Mark Mason's going to be out of the dugout. Mitchell's going to be upset. First pitch swinging is Alexi Casilla, line drive to right. Clark was on the move, but the ball is caught in right field. So a relatively easy inning for Wagman after he works around the leadoff single. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We've played 5.5. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. The Revs holding on to a 1-0 lead. You're listening on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
The fresh balls, the fresh bats, and all those fresh faces in the dugouts. It's spring training, pal, where the veteran players get back in the swing and rookies try to show off their thing. And we've got the latest from around the leagues, the breaking stories, the latest on player moves and injuries, plus all the juicy chatter. Hey, batter, swing! Listen for it all.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. You're on the home of the Atlantic League champion York Revolution. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.
Joe Van Meter takes over in relief. Third pitcher of the day for the Revs, Nick Baker. 2 perfect innings with 4 strikeouts in relief of Ross Detweiler. Now Joe Van Meter returned. Van Meter pitched 1 inning. Closed out the game in Lancaster the other day. I shouldn't say closed out because the Revs lost that game. Did get the 9th inning in that one, though. Tyler Clark fires a strike down to second base, and the warm-ups are over. And we'll play the bottom of the 6th here in Southern Maryland. No score between, 1-0 lead for the Revs. I was looking at the scoreboard out there that has nothing on it. It is 1-0 Revs. They got an RBI single from Ruby Silva in the 5th inning. Tyler Clark, an infield base hit, and then nothing doing for the Revs in the top of the 6th. Now Van Meter in the bottom of the 6th. He'll face Jose Gonzalez, the 9-hitter. There's a strike. So 0-1 the count to Gonzalez. Van Meter just 1 inning of work so far this spring, returning to the Revs this season after an exceptional 2017 campaign. Now that one off the hands, fouled back over our heads in the press box.
Look out, construction team.
Yeah, I mean, they do have to keep an eye up there, I'd imagine. Van Meter gave up 1 hit, struck out 2, and also walked a batter the other day in Lancaster. Hard hit ground ball to third base. Rivera to his left. Has it. Throws over to first in time. A nice play over there by Chris Rivera.
Yeah, he had that one play earlier where he was kind of in between whether to backhand or shift toward the line in front of it, and had an error in the 2nd inning. Since then, though, he had 2 or 3 ground balls that he's handled very smoothly.
Back to the top of the order, Johnny Bladel. Bladel in right field today, 1 for 2 with a stolen base and a single. There's a strike. Van Meter starting him out with a fastball. It's 0-1. Ryan Dent looks like is out at shortstop for the Revs. I can't be certain. Looks like he's out there. Could still be Cuevas. I could be wrong, but either way.
Yeah, I think you have Dent in there now.
Revs holding their 1-0 lead in the bottom of the 6th. Ruby Silva's RBI single, the only difference so far today. Other than that, zeros all across the scoreboard. There's a fastball. 2 strikes now on Bladel. Van Meter patiently awaiting the sign from Clark. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses outside. Clark wanted it outside. Just a little bit too far outside from Van Meter. Now Van Meter will take the sign again as the hammering and the construction continues on above our heads. Pitch. Fastball pop up first base side. Burgess giving chase in foul territory, and he'll make the grab close to the Revs dugout. Tyler Clark was also there if Burgess wasn't. Burgess makes the grab, and there's 2 up, 2 down for Van Meter in the 6th.
It's got to be a good feeling for Joe coming in this year. A couple of years ago, he missed a lot of the year with a back injury before he came here to Southern Maryland late. And then last year, he was still trying to prove himself coming off that partial season.
First pitch to the next batter, Edwin Garcia. Actually, this looks like it's Kevin LaChance pinch hitting for Garcia here. So LaChance in for Garcia. Pitch from Van Meter. Strike on the inside part of the plate. Good spot there. Tough to hit. So it's LaChance hitting now with 2 down and none on. 1-0 Revs, bottom 6. Just 2 hits in the ball game for the Blue Crabs so far. That fastball misses just a bit inside. Van Meter got a ground ball to third, then a pop-up to Burgess in foul territory, the first baseman. So here's LaChance. And there's a strike on the outside corner, and the inning is over. Joe Van Meter, a 1-2-3 inning. 3 straight 1-2-3 innings for Revs pitching, and the inning is over. We've played 6 full. The Revs lead 1-0. We go to the top of the 7th next. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. Heading to the 7th now on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is United States Olympian Haley Flickner. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet Schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
Hey, this is Jacoby Jones, Super Bowl champ, Dancing with the Stars. If y'all didn't vote for me, it's y'all fault I lost, but you're listening to the radio, WOYK 1350, baby.
Top of the 7th inning, and the Revs lead the Blue Crabs 1-0. Michael Marcantonini with Darrell Henry on the call. Spring training game number 5 for the Revs as they continue to tune up for opening night this Thursday, as the Revs will host the Lancaster Barnstormers for a 4-game series to start the 2018 season. The championship rings will be presented to the team before the ball game, the returners, that is. That'll be cool, seeing the ring ceremony on the field before opening night. Plenty of giveaways during the first homestand of the season.
It's like Spoon's going to hit here.
Travis Witherspoon digging in for the Revs, so thanks for letting me know that, Darrell. As Spoon digs in, he'll essentially slide himself into the 3-hole now, hitting in front of Cuevas. 0-1 on Spoon. Broken back ground ball to short. LaChance is there, throws over to first in time. So Spoon quickly retired on a couple of pitches. 1 down in the top of the 7th. New pitcher in the ball game for the Blue Crabs is Robert Morey, 6'1", 200-pound right-hander from Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Yeah, Michael, Southern Maryland has 10 innings of pitching today.
Oh, boy.
Bless their hearts.
Bless our hearts. Now Michael Burgess digs in. So it looks like Cuevas is out of the game now, as Dent went in for him in short last half inning. So it looks like just a straight change there, as Cuevas will not hit unless they just wanted to move Burgess up. Off the hands, ground ball to second base. Easy play there. 2 up, 2 down for the new pitcher Maury on a couple grounders.
You know, if I ever need one of those soothing noises apps, it's going to be construction noise.
Oh, I mean, we're so used to it at this point. Next time we come here, we're going to be like, oh, what's up with the hammering?
Why is it so quiet?
Yeah. 2 up, 2 down for Maury. Now it was Zach Wilson, who singled and scored the Revs run in the 5th. Missing outside is Maury, 1-0. Takes outside there, 2-0. 1-0 Revs, top of the 7th inning. Michael Marcantonini, Darryl Henry on the call. Thanks to anyone tuning in either on the radio or on YouTube or both today, if you've experimented with both. Those will be options during the season this year. Missing inside, it's 3-0 on Wilson. Maury kicks the dirt in front of the mound, gets back on, puts a glove on his hand. We'll ready the 3-0 to Wilson. He gets that one over. Fastball right down the chute. Wilson was taking all the way, 3-1. Revs looking to add to their 1-0 lead. Wilson has scored the only run of the game, as the background noise continues here in Waldorf, Maryland. Off the hands out to short, an excuse me swing. Nice play by LaChance over to first in time. 3 up, 3 down, 3 straight ground outs for Robert Maury. No runs, no hits, no errors, and none reach base. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Revolution lead the Blue Crabs 1-0. We'll go there now on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet Schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
Hi, this is United States Olympic gold medalist Jenny Finch. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350. WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Bottom of the 7th inning, and Joe Van Meter will get a second inning of work. First pitch of the inning is sent out to center field. That's Strasburger that sends it out there. To Delta Cleary Jr. makes the grab straight away. 1 pitch, 1 out for Joe Van Meter. It's 4 straight retired by the veteran right-hander. Not only that, the Revs have thrown 3 straight perfect innings in relief since Nick Baker threw 2. Van Meter is now retired 4 straight. The Blue Crabs have not had a base runner since the 3rd inning when Johnny Bladell singled and stole a bag. Now Strasburger retired on 1 pitch, flies out to center. And that brings up Xavier Paul, the designated hitter. He'll dig in the left-handed batter's box. He swings at the first pitch as well and sends a fastball back to the netting. 0-1.
Yeah, if you don't care for guys taking a lot of pitches, today is your day.
Today's my day. I'll say that. Another foul ball back to the netting. It's 0-2 on Paul. Xavier Paul lined out to second in the second. Flew out to left in the fourth. Now Van Meter waits to throw the 0-2 as he steps back on the rubber. Kicks and fires. Fastball misses inside. And it's 1-2. Xavier Paul, 33 years old, native of Louisiana. And he chops one foul. Paul has spent parts of 6 seasons in the major leagues. He made his major league debut in 2009 with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Played in 55 combined games between 09 and 10 with the Dodgers. Drove in 12 runs. Hit 1 home run. Also had 9 doubles in those 2 years combined. Moved on and then played it in 2011 with the Dodgers as well, but then was moved on to Pittsburgh that season as well as he fouls one back. Played 2 years in Cincinnati, 12 and 13, then played 14 games for the Diamondbacks in 2014.
Foul came down an unsuspecting lady's lap in the front row.
I guess that's an unwanted souvenir. You could say she didn't see it coming. The 1-2 to Paul, missing outside, 2-2.
I think it hit the net first, fortunately for her.
Yeah, so it didn't come straight down. Xavier Paul, 349 career Major League games. Got some experience at that level. 2-strike pitch from Van Meter, fouled off again, so Joe Van Meter having to work here, and really the first Blue Crab batter that's given a Rev pitcher any trouble over the past 3 innings. Just 2 hits on the day for Southern Maryland. The York pitching staff has been excellent. Detweiler for 3, then Baker 2, Van Meter on for number 2. 2-strike pitch misses inside. Count runs full. And Meter doesn't want to lose Paul here. Frank Martinez waiting on deck. And the full count pitch. Swing and a miss. Van Meter comes back and gets Paul. Started him 0-2. The count ran full, and Van Meter made a pitch. Excellent job by Joe Van Meter on the mound. 5 up, 5 down for him. Give him another strikeout. That's 2 on the day.
That looked like his changeup, and he's got a terrific one in his arsenal. Really good arm speed on it. The grip kills it. A lot of swings and misses on that pitch for him.
Pulled the string on a change there. Now Frank Martinez first pitch swing, and he flips one foul out of play. It's 0-1. 1-0 York in the bottom of the 7th inning on a day where, looking at the list of pitchers and how many innings they're supposed to throw today, it looks like we're going to play 10. Now Van Meter, the 0-1. Ground ball up the middle, second base, backhanded there by Silva. Long throw to first, dug out by Burgess in time. Nice play there from the second baseman, Silva. Burgess, a heck of a scoop over at the bag. And a 1-2-3 inning for Van Meter. 4th straight 1-2-3 inning for the Revs in the field. We head to the top of the 8th now. It's 1-0 York. Stick with us on the broadcast on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Get your tailgate on at Rutter's with Jumbo Chicken Wings. For a limited time, Rutter's VIPs earn triple rewards. 3 cents off per gallon of gas by purchasing delicious Jumbo Chicken Wings. Choose from 8 different mouth-watering flavors, including Old Bay and Buffalo hot sauce. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers quality material handling equipment and services. Along with a full line of Unicarriers and Komatsu forklifts, you'll find Genie aerial lifts, IPC Eagle floor scrubbers, and Pentalift loading dock equipment. Mid-Atlantic Mid-Atlantic can provide rentals, pre-owned equipment, service, and replacement parts for most makes. When you need the best for your business, call Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438 or online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania delivers natural gas to 423,000 customers. Our commitment is to do it reliably, efficiently, and most importantly, safely. If you smell, hear, or see any sign of a natural gas problem, evacuate immediately and call 911 from a safe location. The most obvious indication of a problem in your home would be a rotten egg odor. For more information on natural gas safety, visit ColumbiaGasPA.com. Columbia Gas of Pennsylvania reminding you about natural gas safety.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
Keaton Steele takes over in relief for the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. 1-0 Revs as Melky Mesa starts things off in the top of the 8th inning. As he's hit by a pitch there in the shoulder area. Or maybe he wasn't. Either way, I mean, very close. I thought he was. It looked like he was clipped, but either he says he wasn't or the home plate umpire says he wasn't. Regardless, Mesa will stay in the box. And the count goes to 1-0. So Keaton Steele comes in the game, almost clips first batter he faces on the first pitch. And now the 1-0. Up and in again, so Steele has not come in finding the strike zone. 2-0 on Mesa. It's Mesa, Tabata, Dent with the Revs leading 1-0. Just 2 hits on the day for Southern Maryland, as this one's fouled back right up toward us in the press box into the netting. 2 hits, that's all for Southern Maryland today. They've been, the Revs pitching staff has been excellent. The Revs, meanwhile, have 6 hits, just 1 run, though. 3 hits in the 5th inning that produced the only run of the game. Now Mesa, fly ball, right center field. On his horse is the right fielder, Bladel, and he tracks it down for the first out.
I wish we could take that exact hit and see what the result would be in our place. I know what it would be in Lancaster. It'd be way out of here. It is a huge right field here, and he hit that one pretty well.
What are the dimensions out there? I don't see numbers anywhere to say how far it is.
Yeah, well, right down the line is hidden from us, but I believe it's 325, something traditional, but then it angles out.
Sure. Jose Tabata digs in, takes a fastball on the outside corner from the hard-throwing right-hander. Keaton Steele, 6'3", 225. Last pitch for the Fort Myers Miracle in the Florida State League last season. There's a strike on the outside corner. Tabata thought about offering but didn't. Wonder if he was a teammate of Luke Westfall in Fort Myers last season, as both men were there last year. Can't confirm that they were there at the same time, though. The 0-2. Chopper to third. Tough getting it out of his glove is the third baseman there, Daniel, and that one gets thrown away. Tabata beats it out. And I heard somebody yell Speedy Gonzalez. I think that was Sandy De Leon, the bullpen coach. So Tabata, I guess you give him an infield single there.
Yeah, the double pump from Daniel cost him charging. He couldn't get it out of his glove, but that's got to be an infield hit. And you know what? We're scoring anyway, so we can do whatever we want.
I was about to say, no one here to tell me what to do, or tell us what to do. Now Ryan Dent, he takes a strike. So 2 straight first pitch strikes from Steele after going up and in on Mesa for 2 pitches to start the inning. Tabata on first after the infield single. Darryl, you mentioned the double pump, and that is basically what killed Daniel. Fly ball center field, coming in on it is Vaughn's replacement, and that one is caught for the second out. That looks like Teodoro Martinez now in center field, taking over for Vaughn. And there's 2 down in the top of the 8th. Revs still leading 1-0. Ruby Silva's single is the difference so far. A 2-out knock to right field that played at Zach Wilson in the 5th inning. Broke a scoreless tie. Speaking of Ruby Silva, he's at the dish right now. And he takes outside. Silva's played an excellent second base today. He's caught a line drive up the middle. He's also started a nifty 4-6-3 double play. That was in the 1st. 1-0 Revs, top 8. The game where we might play 10 today. It is spring training. They can basically do whatever they want on the field. Silva fouls one back.
They can and they will. They wanted to start at 1:15, so you know what? They did.
Yeah, and that's probably part of the reason why they're a little bit more eager to play 10. 45 minutes early start time. Hey, we're not complaining up here.
Not at all.
And Silva thought about it, held up. That's a ball outside. Ryan Dent just flew out for the 2nd out of the inning. Now Silva looking to continue the frame. It's the new pitcher, Steele. Flicks his bat out. Chopper to shortstop. LeChance has to round it. Throws to first. Not in time. An infield single for Ruby Silva. And Darryl, I don't know about you, but off the bat, I'm thinking that's easy money for Ruby Silva heading down the first base line.
Yeah, he can run. Showed it there. And again, he was thinking base hit all the way. LeChance, a little bit younger guy, and didn't quite have the arm to get Silva there. Give Silva credit, obviously, for what he did to beat it out, but once Daniel from third couldn't cut it off, then it became a really tough play for the shortstop.
It's a great point. That is the third baseman's ball if he can get there. Daniel couldn't. LeChance made a great play to round it, get to it, but throw was just not in time. Now a swing and a miss from Chris Rivera with 2 on and 2 outs. Silva's got speed. He basically just flicked his bat out and hit it relatively hard out to short. It wasn't a line drive or a hard hit ground ball, but it wasn't a dribbler either. And he beat the throw to first. Second base, that's Tabata. Big lead for him. Fastball outside, 1-1 on Rivera. 1-0 Revs. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Silva now after that base hit, he has 2 hits on the day. 2 for 3. Now Rivera takes outside, 1-2. Another spring training pitchers duel here today. Revolution pitchers have held the Blue Crabs to just 2 hits in 7 innings of work. A hard hit ground ball, fair ball down the third base line. Tabata's going to be sent home. Chugging around third is Ruby Silva. He'll be sent home too by Polo, the third base coach. A 2-run, 2-out double for Chris Rivera. That's got to feel good for him, and it gives the Revs some breathing room. They lead 3-0 now in the top of the 8th.
Very nicely done. Did it behind in the count. I believe it was a slider from Steele and held some plate there. Rivera able to get good wood on it. Great hustle from Silva, too, scoring all the way from first after hustling out that infield hit. It's good to get into those habits early. And one thing I've noticed in spring camp, the games don't count, but team plays hard.
Now Tyler Clark a chance to keep things going. Takes a fastball inside for a ball. All 3 runs for the Revolution have come with 2 outs today. Silva's single in the 5th. And now a 2-run double just fair down the third base line for Chris Rivera. He plays Jose Tabata and Ruby Silva. And that was made possible this inning as that one skipped in the dirt. Staying at second is Rivera. That was made possible by an infield hit by Jose Tabata and an infield hit by Ruby Silva that kept the inning alive. Otherwise, they're in the dugout, and Chris Rivera doesn't even get a chance this half inning. That's baseball for you. But for Rivera, that's got to feel good. A guy trying to get some more playing time, trying to make this ball club. Clark takes a strike high, 1-1.
And I do think we'll see fewer strikeouts this year based on personnel. And Tabata, Silva put the ball in play, used their wheels to get on, and ended up giving Rivera the chance.
Now Clark from the lefty batter's box. Hard hit ground ball down the first base line. Foul. As Keaton Steele's trying to work out of the 8th. On that double by Rivera, an easy send for Inohel Polanco, the third base coach of the Revolution, to bring both runners home. Silva was off on the crack of the bat with 2 outs. He scored easily from first. Guy who runs well. Steele checks the man at second. The pitch to Clark. Low in the zone, there's a ball. That one was close. Tough one to take, but Clark a good eye. Rivera, a decent lead off second base. The Revs lead 3-0 after Rivera's 2-run double. Gave them some insurance. Now a chopper to first, that's foul. Sandy De Leon, the Revs first base coach, keeps it in front. I think he was upset he didn't grab it on the first try. At least he knocked it down. That's good form from Sandy.
That's all you can do. Give yourself a chance.
Kept the glove out in front, didn't backhand it. He would have been lost if he backhanded it. Kept it in front. 2 strikes on Clark. Here's the pitch from Steele. Swing and a miss. Fastball outside corner. A good-looking pitch there from Steele. And the inning is finally over. But not before Chris Rivera, 2-out, 2-run double down the left field line, gives the Revs a couple insurance runs. They lead 3-0 after 7.5. We go to the bottom of the 8th now here. Mike Marcantini and Darrell Henry on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
You trust AAA to work at every mile. But AAA doesn't just cover your car. They can also cover your home. AAA Home Insurance protects every square foot. And when you add AAA Home Insurance to AAA Auto Insurance, you get more protection and more savings. Insurance that's not just insurance. Talk to your local AAA insurance agent today or visit AAA.com to learn more about AAA Home Insurance.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
Hi, this is Mark Mason. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 8th in Southern Maryland, Junior Rincon set to make his York Revolution spring debut. Just signed basically yesterday. Don't know when the contract was officially signed, but it was said that he was going to come into camp pretty much 2 days ago, and then yesterday was added to the roster before today's game. Yesterday they knew he was coming in, so he is officially on the roster and ready to pitch for the Revs, who lead the Blue Crabs 3-0 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Looks like we're going to play 10 innings today in this spring game. The Revs, well, it's been all Revs. They only have 3 runs, but it's all they've needed. Their pitchers have held the Blue Crabs to a combined 2 hits over 7 innings, excuse me. Ross Detweiler, 3 shutout. Nick Baker, 2 shutout. And Joe Van Meter, 2 shutout. Both Baker and Van Meter faced the minimum in their 2 innings. 4 straight 1-2-3 innings as Teodoro Martinez digs in. He'll hit for Corey Vaughn here in the 8th inning. Martinez came into play center field last inning. 2 Martinezes in the lineup for James Frisbee's Blue Crabs. Frank Martinez over at first. Here's Teodoro. First pitch from Junior Rincon is a fastball with some life on it. And the report is that he throws an easy 94-95, can pump it up to 96, even 97. He's got a 12-6 curveball that sits in the mid to high 70s. There's another fastball. Chopper to first. Burgess is there. Flip over to the covering Rincon. 2 pitches, 1 out. A nice start to junior Rincon spring season.
I believe we have KK here, Michael.
Yeah, KK. Let's. This is going to be one where you got to check the roster and the pronunciation guide.
No, we don't.
We don't.
I screwed you up. It's a left-hand hitter.
Oh, this is Andrew Daniel still. Either not. Actually, it doesn't look like him either. Either way, a left-hander in the box. I mean, no numbers. A team that we're not familiar with. What are you going to do up here? Nobody in the booth to help out either.
You know what? They might have skipped Daniel and gone right to Wong.
Okay, that
He's
could
a
be
left-hand hitter.
So Daniel might be out of the game because Wong was supposed to be replaced at some point. But this is Joey Wong, at least we think. And the first pitch from Rincon, fastball fouled back. So Rincon has thrown 3 pitches. All 3 have either been a strike or swung at for a strike.
See, if we weren't trying to be thorough today, we wouldn't even be asking these questions.
Yeah. Trying to do our best here, given the fact that both teams are wearing exactly pretty much the same uniform with a different name on the front and no numbers on the back, as Rincon misses high with a fastball. Both teams wearing blue spring training tops and gray pants. Now the left-handed hitting Wong. Pitch from Rincon, here it is. Fastball misses outside, and you can just see from up here, Darryl, that he's got some serious life on that heater.
Yeah, from what we've heard, I mean, his stuff would play well in the bullpen in some role.
Another fastball, that misses outside as well, so control an issue here in this AB. Now Wong steps back in. It's 3-0 Revs. We're in the bottom of inning number 8. Michael Marcantonini with Darrell Henry in the booth. Rincon's pitch. Hot shot into the stands over the bench in the Revs bullpen down the right field line. That one was over near Jay Karp, who's down by that bullpen bench. Rincon comes set with the count 3-2, taking the sign from his catcher, Clark. Glove up around the face. Leg kick and the pitch. Took something off that ground ball, sneaks into center field for a hit. Not a fastball there from Rincon, and making an adjustment at the plate is Joey Wong, and he's got himself a base hit because of it.
Yeah, and not hit hard. Rolled on the ground, but in the right place. That's all you need to do, but that's the first hit Revs pitchers have given up since the 3rd inning. It ends a streak of 14 in a row retired.
14 base runners, even. No base runners of any kind during that stretch. Now it looks like we have... Is this Daniel by any chance? This could be Daniel.
Could be.
So, you know, just an assumption here. This looks like Andrew Daniel. He is a right-handed hitter.
The other option is if they totally skip the spot. I think Austin Green went in catching for Jose Gonzalez. So it's either Daniel or Green. There you go.
That one's fouled back. Daniel / Green at the plate. And then it's something that you think is so simple, but it's difficult for us up here in the booth not knowing who's hitting. Because then the entire at-bat, we're either guessing and getting it right or telling, you know, the folks listening and watching at home the wrong hitter that's up. We will not be having these issues in the regular season. Players will be wearing jerseys. They'll be announced. And that one misses inside. So Rincon trying to find the strike zone here. Worked a full count on the previous hitter, Wong. Double play would get the Revs out of the inning. 1 down in the 8th. 3-0 lead for the Revs. We're in Waldorf, Maryland, home of the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Fly ball now right center field. Going over is Mesa in the gap. He makes the grab for out number 2. So 2 outs in the inning, man on first. And that brings up, this could be green here. Rincon looking for the final out, regardless of who he's facing. Junior Rincon just added to the Revs roster officially for this game. And there's a strike. Rincon, 6'2", 185-pound right-hander from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. Reached Double-A as the highest he's reached in affiliated ball. Was in camp with the Atlanta Braves organization this season, was just recently released as he gets another strike over. 0-2 the count. Sits easy mid-90s with his fastball and might be the hardest thrower on this Revs team. The 0-2, fastball inside, that one misses. And Darryl, when a guy has mid-90s for his fastball and then can go mid to high 70s with his curveball, that is a nightmare for hitters.
Oh yeah, if you can command both, you don't know what's coming.
Now the 1-2, half-hearted swing and nothing coming out of it. Strike 3 on the swing, nice hold by Clark, and the inning is over. So Rincon strikes out 1, he allows a hit, that's all he allows. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Darryl Henry taking back over the play-by-play duties. We go to the top of the 9th. Revs lead 3-0. You're listening on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood SureSave stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle-cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York, and at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet Schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
Hi, this is Enoel Polanco, and you're listening to Your Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revolution, Sport Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head of the 9th inning, Revs lead it 3-0, and right-hander Parker Frazier, the new pitcher for Southern Maryland. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. We're playing 10. They also have one of their late inning relievers, Craig Stem, scheduled to work today. Revs still have Ezel and Treese scheduled. Here's Delta Cleary Jr. to lead off, and he takes a strike from Frazier, who slings it from a low 3/4 arm angle. And I think I saw even lower than that in the bullpen at one point. Here's the 0-1. And that tails over at the knees, strike 2. Cleary has grounded out and flied out here this afternoon. Revs have 3 runs on 9 hits. As Frazier delivers, breaking ball, and it's shot foul off the front of the Blue Crab dugout. Southern Maryland, no runs on 3 hits, and I would say a pretty impressive debut for day 1 from Junior Rincon last inning.
Absolutely. showcasing what he has on that fastball, and it looked great.
Pitch. Oh, man. Line foul into the seats. Just between where the net ends and the third base dugout. Hit a chair about halfway up.
Yeah, that one was close.
They have not extended the netting here.
I would not want to be sitting anywhere near that section as a fan.
No.
That's dangerous right there.
Pitch to him. Swing and a miss. A slider down and in. Ended up near Cleary's shoe tops, and he went after it. So they had stayed away from him. And that previous swing, he waited literally as long as he could to foul it off, and then Frazier goes way in on the next one, and it had him fooled. One down. And Jared Mitchell back at the top. Today, 3 at-bats, 3 strikeouts. He had come in 5 for 13 this spring. The first pitch, it is a slider for a called strike.
Well, Mitchell, just a tough day at the plate. Everybody has a day like that. His teammates have picked him up today. They put up 3 runs.
0-1. Slider grabbed the inside corner. That's a strike. Frazier 6'5". Native of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Last year pitched briefly in the American Association. Fires home and missed outside.
And this Blue Crab roster, a ton of guys from the American Association. Well, maybe not a ton, but, you know, looking up and down the roster, a good amount.
There's the inside scoop. Pitch is up and in as Mitchell bends back out of the way. Glanced off the mid of the catcher Green and on back. Yeah, James Frisbee, he's been in some of the other independent circuits and has connections very similar to Mace, who had been in the Frontier League before York. Pitch is, oh, down and in. And it hit Mitchell and glanced off his leg, a hit by pitch. That was a slider that started in. And Frazier now, he has a runner on, but that's 2 hitters in a row that he has fooled with that slider down and in. Cleary thought it was something else when he swung, and Mitchell's reaction was late, and he wasn't able to get out of the way.
Well, that one hurts, taking one off the foot, even though it wasn't a fastball.
He will stay in on at first base for Casilla. First pitch is grounded right side at second base. It's glove, tossed back to second, and the turn from LaChance is, do they call out?
I believe they called safe.
Just beat it. Missed the call there. I did, but Casilla did just beat it. I think that's KK who's in at second who started that play. And then LaChance's turn, Casilla just beat that.
Yeah, KK, a.k.a. Kalaika Kahua Hala Hala. Kahua Hala Hala.
You're more adventurous than I on this Sunday afternoon. You went for it.
Great name, though.
Here's Spoon, and a slider breaks way outside. Revs a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 9th. We're playing 10. Witherspoon a ground out to short, his first at bat. The 1-0, swinging a ground ball to second. Another play for KK right up the middle. He'll run to second and then throw on to first for the 4th out. No runs on no hits. 1 man left, another fielder's choice. And we'll go to the bottom of the 9th. Jake Ezel coming in for the Revs. They lead it 3-0.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Okay, so the temperature took a little nosedive. So the winter wind kicked in. So you can see your breath. Come on. Is that any reason to move your daily run indoors?
Flying feet.
When Mother Nature puts a chill in the air, Flying Feet says dress for the occasion and keep on running. Flying Feet has all the cool weather gear you need, from Gore-Tex running shoes and bright reflective gear to merino wool socks for foot comfort. The running experts at Flying Feet are all about safety too, with lights to see and to be seen, plus hats, gloves, and neck warmers, as well as jackets, vests, pants, and sport tights. Believe me, these guys are not going to let a little winter weather keep you running in circles on some indoor track. Greg Baum and his staff have the knowledge and a true understanding of what running is all about, in any kind of weather. Flying Feet. Flying Feet Sports Shoes, 1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
This is Hall of Famer Jim Palmer. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Head to the bottom of the ninth, 3-0. Revs lead it. Jake Ezel will be the fifth pitcher used by Mark Mason and Paul Fletcher today. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Ross Detweiler went 3 scoreless to start. He's now gone 5 shutout innings this spring. Then Nick Baker struck out 4 in a 6-up, 6-down outing. Joe Van Meter, 2 perfect innings, couple Ks, and Junior Rincon with an impressive 8th inning, just a ground ball single, but got a ground out, fly out, strikeout before and after that base hit. Now Ezel will take over, 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. And I think they're just sending up whoever feels like hitting. This looks like either Strasburger or Vaughn based on who we saw earlier.
Looks like Vaughn.
Yeah, I think you're right. Whatever.
So this is Vaughn taking an AB and Bladel spot.
Next we'll have Ghost Runners. A ghosty over at first. Vaughn today has been struck out both times. Pitch from Ezel nailed him. And he turned and wore that on the back of his left arm. And will head to first base and won't rub it. There's no way that could have felt good, though.
Yeah, I think he's regretting taking the AB there.
Can't get a do-over on that as much as he might like. Looks like Jay Karp is in behind the plate for the Revs. Tyler Clark had caught all day before this. Here's somebody. This looks like LeChance. First pitch from Ezel is just inside. LeChance, a strikeout looking his first time. There's the stretch from Jake. The 1-0 and a swing and a foul back out of play. It's been like most preseasons, kind of every other day for the relievers. 2 days ago, Ezel went 1-2-3 against Somerset. And 2 days before that, a scoreless inning against Lancaster. 2 innings, 1 hit so far this spring. Pitch. And there's a fastball just a smidge high. 2-1. Craig Stem loosening in left field for Southern Maryland for the 10th. And Zach Treese is the final pitcher scheduled for the Revs today. 2-1. And a foul tip deflected off Karp's mitt and into the netting. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One of the Revs' early road trips will be down here, second week of May, for 2 games. Or for 2 days. It might be 3 games in 2 days. There's the stretch. And the 2-2. Swinging a high fly and left. This will push Tabata back, but he's going to have room. Couple strides short of the track. Now walks in a couple more steps and puts it away. 1 down.
Well, nice job so far by Ezel after the hit by pitch. Come back and getting out there. See if he can work around that leadoff base runner.
Do you recognize this hitter from earlier today?
The high socks. Doesn't look like Strasburger. The I mean, your guess is as best as mine, honestly, at this point.
First pitch from Jake is up high.
I mean, they've basically gone through everybody on the roster.
Yeah.
Position players. This could be Austin Green.
Might be. Let's go with that. Here's the 1-0, and a slider breaks down and away. He's got kind of a seafoam green piece of bat tape, so it must be Austin Green. There's the 2-0. Tried to check. It's a called strike on a fastball at the bottom of the zone.
Maybe that's how he knows it's his bat. It's got green on it.
It could be. Whatever it takes. 2 balls, 1 strike. Uzel has his signal and fires inside with a changeup. It's been some partial cloud cover all day, but the sun has been shining through that all day. Very pleasant afternoon here. We got here, and they had some kind of racing going on in the parking lot. Pitch is grounded toward third. Rivera spears it to his left, spins and throws to second. The turn is just in time. Another pretty double play. Turn by the Revs infield. This time Rivera to his left. Hit Silva at the bag, and Ruby turned it on to first. No runs, hits, errors, nobody left. Scoreless 9th for Ezel. And we'll go to the 10th, playing one more today. Revs have won this game in 9 innings, 3-0. Going to the 10th, they lead it 3-0.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car, brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet Schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
Hi, I'm Joel Embiid of the Philadelphia 76ers. Catch Sixers basketball all season on Sports Radio, 1350 WOYK, first in York, first in sports.
Head of the 10th, 3-0 Revs lead as Craig Stem takes over. If you're interested, the game through 9 innings took 2 hours and 21 minutes. Stem, former closer for New Britain, and struggled in that role and was moved to Southern Maryland, where he had pitched a little bit earlier in their bullpen last couple of years. It's their last scheduled pitcher today, the 6'5 righty facing Michael Burgess, and he misses down and outside. Burgess 0 for 3. You're saying when we got here, some kind of racing event in the parking lot. It kind of looked like anybody with a sports car could enter, as Burgess shoots a sharp one foul behind Polo at third and under the feet of the Blue Crab relievers on their bench. That'll wake everybody up. So we had to move the cones. Milton got out, moved the cones so we could get into the parking lot. And then we noticed all these materials on the roof. It's the pitch. That's up high. Started wondering, gee, what are they doing?
Yeah.
We got in here, and our listeners can hear what they're doing. They're hammering away.
It's been pretty eventful.
It's the 2-1. Swinging a foul tip into the mid. Big hack from Burgess.
Although a great job by Milton Miles to move those cones for us to get in the parking lot. And an underappreciated part of today.
Very selfless.
Almost weren't able to get in the parking lot.
He was more worried about moving them so we could get in than getting back on himself. There's a swing and a chopper to second base. Kalika's got it. Throws on to first, and there's one down. Very selfless act.
Yeah. Kalika Kahua Hala Hala. It's going to be a long season. I got to work on it. Kalika Kuo Hala Hala.
Yeah, last year it was almost like, man, I hope he's not in the lineup tonight. And every time he was. Here is Zach Wilson, who's 1 for 3 today. Singled and scored in the 5th. And the pitch from Stem. He grounds it to shortstop. Lining it up is LaChance. He bobbles it, picks it back up. Throw to first is in time. Wilson saving a little steam on his way down the line, so LaChance still able to get him 2 outs. Zach coming back from that blood clot ailment late last year that rendered him being the Blue Crabs hitting coach down the stretch. Really wanted to play, but had to settle for coaching. I'm sure he is really excited to be back. Here's Jay Karp, and he breaks his bat, punches one towards second, and LaChance can't get to that. That'll be an infield hit. Broke his bat and thumbed it past the mound, past second base. And LaChance at short, ranging to his left, could only knock it down.
Well, how about Jay Karp 2 for 2 this preseason? Doubled yesterday. He might have actually had more than 2 at-bats. I think he might have hit in Lancaster, but regardless, another hit for him.
Oh, he walked over there, yeah.
Okay, so 2 for 2, been on base 3 times.
Here's Melky Mesa. First pitch, big swing and a miss. Mesa 1 for 3. Karp's bat dies a winner.
We'll have to get some new firewood. Well, that is firewood. I'll have to get some new lumber next time.
It's the 0-1. And that misses down low. I would think that there would be some disappointment anytime you break a bat. I would think there'd be more when you do it in spring training.
Yep, absolutely. They're not cheap.
No. It's the 1-1. Swing and a pop-up at short. LaChance will range back. He's under it in shallow left. Waits and makes the 2-hand grab to end the inning. No runs, 1 infield hit, and 1 left. We'll go to the bottom of the 10th. Zach Treese will look to finish off the day. Revs lead it here at Southern Maryland 3-0.
Donegal offers car and homeowners insurance at rates that are very competitive. So competitive that Donegal's car insurance rates are among the lowest in the state. And if you insure your car and home with Donegal, Donegal will take up to an additional 10% off their already low rates. Donegal, a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Come on! Colin Cowherd.
The pitcher who gave it up, who should worry more about getting his 2-seamer on the outside part of the plate, Sam Dyson, he wanted to talk about that 1 second of raw human emotion where Jose Bautista, flipped a bat.
Jose needs to calm that down. Just kind of respect the game a little more.
You gotta be kidding me.
This is The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting over.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Baseball, giveaways, and the return of family fun at the ballpark. This is Revs time. The reigning Atlantic League champion York Revolution kicks off the 2018 season with 4 straight days of giveaways. April 26th, get a championship hat courtesy of WellSpan Sports Medicine. April 27th, a Revolution Championship pennant. April 28th, a Champions t-shirt from Heritage Lawn and Landscape. And April 29th, the 2018 Revs Magnet Schedule. Get tickets today at YorkRevolution.com.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 10th, 3-0. Revs have won this game in effect. Zach Treese will finish off the day pitching-wise for York. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. And Treese this spring had a scoreless inning on Friday against Somerset. And the same on Wednesday against Lancaster. So 2 scoreless innings thus far for him. And I think LaChance is coming up.
Yeah, this looks like it could be LaChance, and it might have been Green that hit where he was last time.
Trees set to go. The rocker hair flowing out from under the cap. He fires home and misses down and away. Trees with Long Island the last couple of seasons. Pitched really well in a spot start in York late last year. The 1-0 and a chopper near the line at third, but foul. He was a guy that when he became available, the Revs jumped on him, got him signed pretty early in the offseason. A lot of sliders from him, a little bit lower arm angle. Kind of like Groats with the arm angle. And they're not quite the same delivery, but Groats, I understand, will throw more splitters. Trees, a slider guy. And there it is, and he got the call to strike and ahead 1-2.
Well, 2 good arms to have here in York this season. Treese, a little bit of a funky delivery from the side, and anytime you have that one pitch you can rely on, that breaking pitch like a slider, it's going to bode well for you.
He deals and almost hit him. LaChance backing up as that goes to the backstop. Treese now 28 years old, began his career in the Frontier League, then 1 outing in the American Association last year with Long Island. He fires, breaking ball popped him up in shallow center. Silva out from second, called off by Delta Cleary Jr. coming in, and in shallow right center, Delta puts it away, 1 down.
Great job by Treese there to battle back down in the count and still get an out for the leadoff man. You don't want to walk the leadoff man, and that's huge to keep him off base.
So now somebody will hit.
He's been up a lot today.
I feel like late in the game, this pitch from Treese down and away. Seems like all the guys that didn't start are just kind of bunched together and hitting whenever and where. Like, this might be Green again.
It could be, because I've seen some familiar-looking players that have hit in both these last 2 couple innings. It's just tough to figure out right now.
Treese a strike there. 1-1 the count. And the pitch, swing, and it's dribbled foul. Third base side. Down past Frisbee, who is now the full-time manager. Took over last year. Had been their pitching coach, and John Harris, the manager, had stepped down mid-season. Frisbee, a former manager in some other leagues, filled in and now back. Treese the pitch, breaking ball and a half swing, fouled it against the screen. Treese last year, 53 games, 6-2 with a 3.84 ERA. The one start that he made was late in the year in York. Pitched in Australia during the offseason. He fires, Swing and a miss. Got him with a breaking ball away. And 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 10th.
A good-looking pitch right there from Treese. That breaking ball is nasty. On a day like this where Revs pitchers have dominated, Treese looking to do the same in his inning of work.
Now some left-hand hitter will bat.
This looks like Xavier Paul.
Okay.
This is Xavier Paul. I recognize the undershirt. The long sleeves and royal blue long sleeves definitely stand out.
First pitch curve, there's a strike, and Treese ahead. Paul today 0 for 3. Got the blue long sleeves. Pitch is down and in and skips by. He's got a red bat. And a maroon barrel.
The wind has really picked up here in this last inning or so.
It has. I can't.
Getting cold up here.
Can't quite tell exactly the direction. The flags aren't out, but it's definitely hitting our mic. Treese with the pitch. Swing, and he swats a ground foul, first base side. And Zach, a strike away from wrapping up our 10-inning afternoon. 3-0 York. Revs came in today 2-1-1 this spring, 1-1-1 against Atlantic League teams. Obviously a win yesterday in the Fan Fest exhibition. Treese ready, and the 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. A change-up there. Down and maybe out of the zone, and that'll do it. Zach Treese, a 1-2-3 10th inning with a pair of strikeouts. And the Revs win 3-0 in 10 innings here this afternoon at Southern Maryland. So they get their second win against an Atlantic League opponent this spring, their 3rd overall. And they do it in shutout fashion, a combined 3-hitter across the 10 innings from 6 different pitchers here today. 3-0 the final score. We'll wrap it up for you from Southern Maryland when we come back.
Hey man, I know how you feel. That guy down the street, the one with the fancy lawn, those weekend get-togethers, the big family barbecues, and the barefoot kids and wife outside working on her tan. Hey, it's no secret. It's greener on that side of the fence. It's Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. Greener grass on your side of the fence is just a quick phone call away. For world-class care right in your backyard, call Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, 717-292-9994.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Just like to say that y'all rock, man.
I think Under Armour and the Warriors both got good deals with Steph Curry. Do we look at Under Armour as that's the new and Nike feels like the old? Not that Nike is going to go bankrupt or out of business anytime soon. But if you look at what Under Armour has done, they've done pretty well with the under 26. It's pretty incredible.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
You'll always hit it out of the park with great Best Yet products from your neighborhood Sure Save stores. Like party platters with $18.93 deli items. Team up Best Yet hot dogs with Best Yet kettle cooked chips. And get Best Yet 12 packs of soda and Best Yet Rising Crust pizzas at Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford, and East York. And at Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
This is Hall of Fame third baseman Brooks Robinson. You're listening to York Revolution Baseball on the home of the Revs, Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs win it 3-0 here at Southern Maryland. Darrell Henry back with Michael Mark Antonini. Final totals today for the Revs: 3 runs, 10 hits. 1 error, they left 9. For Southern Maryland, no runs, 3 hits, no errors, they left 3. Win goes to Nick Baker, who was perfect in the 4th and 5th. The loss to Wagman of Southern Maryland, giving up the run in the 5th inning. Jake Ezell, a save if you were going by 9 innings. If you were going by the scheduled 10, Zach Treese finished it off. Either way, they were both good. Time of the game for 9 innings was 2:21. For 10 innings, it was a crisp 236. So, Michael, obviously the big thing today was the pitching, and it combined 6 pitchers, including Detweiler and the new addition, Rincon. They all look good, and I know it's only spring training, but anytime you do that, you're going to get on the bus and head back to York feeling pretty good about the day.
Absolutely, and I was just about to say, everybody looked good up and down. The guys who pitched today, Detweiler set the tone with 3 really strong innings. Nick Baker then, I think, even gave them more of a boost, going 2 perfect with 4 strikeouts. He was flawless over 2 quick innings. Van Meter followed. He was excellent, and then you look at the guys who went 1 apiece, Rincon, Ezel, and Treese. Everybody was good. Everybody had at least a couple of their pitches working, and then offensively, 3 runs is all they, really 1 run was all they needed. They got 3, so overall you got to be happy with the outcome today.
No doubt. A 3-0 win, and the Revs now 3-1-1 this spring, 2-1-1 against Atlantic League competition. A brief recap of this one: Ross Detweiler 3 scoreless to start it, and then Nick Baker 6 up, 6 down with 4 strikeouts. Meanwhile, in the 5th inning, the Revs would push across the game's first run and a 2-out RBI single from Ruby Silva, and then scoring 2 more in the 8th on Chris Rivera's double down the left field line. And after Baker, it was Van Meter with 2 more perfect innings, as at one point Revs pitchers combined to retire 14 in a row. And then Junior Rincon, a scoreless 8th, gave up just a seeing-eye single. Jake Ezel scoreless in the 9th, got a double play, erasing a leadoff first pitch, hit by pitch. And Zach Treese was 1-2-3 in the 10th inning. So a 3-0 win. Our next webcast will be on Tuesday from Somerset, 2 p.m. unless we get there and they tell us, oh, we're here early, let's start earlier. Then I'm fine with that.
Not a bad thing. I mean, it's only the pushed back start times that aren't good.
Yeah, and if that's the case, we'll certainly alert you if we're coming on earlier. So check out York Revolution and WOYK social media for any alerts. But we're planning on a 2 p.m. webcast on WOYK YouTube on Tuesday at Somerset. Search WOYK 1350 on YouTube and find our channel, which will have the live stream activated for that game, and it'll be archived then as well, as will today's. And our next radio broadcast will be Thursday night for opening night. The Revs and Barnstormers will open the Atlantic League season, and Thursday night our airtime 6 p.m. at People's Bank Park. Should be an unforgettable night with the ring ceremony, and we'll carry all of the pregame festivities for you if you can join us, but we certainly hope you can. Tickets available at YorkRevolution.com, by phone during the week at 717-801-HITS, or of course in person at the ticket office. Michael, it's been fun. We'll get on the bus again Tuesday and do it one last time before they all start to count.
Yeah, it's been a great time here today. A good first trip to Southern Maryland for me. A great outcome of the game. A fun game to call. And overall, an enjoyable experience. Can't wait for another one tomorrow at home. And then, getting on the bus again on Tuesday, going to Somerset.
Well, from the construction site here today, we say so long. For Michael, Mark Antonini in the booth with me, Daryl Henry saying so long from Regency Furniture Stadium. Again, your final, it's the Revs 3. And the Blue Crabs, nothing. Thanks a lot for listening. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I'll talk to you Tuesday on WOYK YouTube, 2 o'clock from Somerset, right here, Sports Radio 1350, WOYK.
Thank you for listening to the Atlantic League champion York Revolution on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. Catch the Revs all season on York's only place for local sports. Tune in 20 minutes before first pitch for a trip to the clubhouse with player interviews and the manager Mark Mason every game. Listen throughout the day for the Revs Report and check out WOYK1350.com for highlights and features on York's pro team. The Atlantic League champion York Revolution, all season on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports. Now we return to our regularly scheduled programming already in progress on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK, York.